live, and on your side. This is KTBS 3 News Midday.
Good Monday morning. I'm Nate Fluharty.
And I'm Courtney Butts. Thanks for joining us on this very special midday.
It certainly is. Let's get right to it, Courtney.
Yeah, and it's the day we've all been waiting for, the total solar eclipse day. And across America and the Eclipse, all eyes will be on the sky as millions of people come together to view a celestial show like no other.
Our KTBS 3 team is everywhere from Atlanta, Texas, Texarkana, Idabel, Oklahoma, as we bring you all the sights and sounds of the big events. And we want to begin our live coverage right now in Texarkana with KTBS 3's Julie Parr.
Julie, this celebration has been in planning for months in Texarkana, and we are just a little over an hour away from when things will start darkening. So tell us what you're seeing over there.
So that's right. You said the Celebration Committee has been working on this for a whole year, trying to get events planned leading up to this big event, the total solar eclipse. And as you mentioned, starting to get a little bit of a crowd. There's a line formed to get pictures at Photographer's Island across from us. That's a unique spot because you can stand in Texas and Arkansas and get your picture taken. They have a moon set up there, nod to the solar eclipse. And then also, you know, this is unique because it's a unique event, and we're standing in two states at the same time. So this is a kind of a premier spot to watch the total solar eclipse. We also have some other places in town, just down the road at the Front Street Plaza, Texarkana, Arkansas. They have some food trucks set up, as well as here in downtown. They're going to have music, lots of activities going on, just leading up to the big event. Also, the Four States Fair is going on. They have places for people to watch there, as well as Spring Lake Park on the Texas side. So a lot of fun, a lot of great time for people to come out and really get a unique experience. And we've been talking with people that have come from across the country, even around the world, to see this total solar eclipse right here in Texarkana. In fact, we talked to a family just a few minutes ago that drove from the Houston area starting about 2 o'clock this morning. So they're here to watch the solar eclipse. Here's what they had to say about why they chose Texarkana.
We're excited. We wanted to go to Dallas at first, but then we're like, oh, this place has a better viewing of the eclipse.
We were looking for clear skies and totality.
They kept saying go north.
Yeah, our local weather people kept saying go north, you might get clear skies and be able to see it better.
Yeah, so totality, yes. I'm not sure about the clear skies yet. We do see the sun starting to peek out just now, perfect timing, but it's been mostly cloudy for most of the morning so far, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that we'll have clear skies so we can see that totality happen. Around 1:48 is when it's going to be completely dark here in the Texarkana area, and it'll go on for about 2 minutes and 24 seconds here in Texarkana. So we're excited to see the big event, and again, this is a unique spot, unique experience to see it right here in Texarkana.
All right, thanks, Julie. We're definitely hoping for the best, and the eclipse will begin at the exact same time in Idabel, Oklahoma.
Yeah, starting to see a little bit of sun out there. That's what we want to see. And, well, let's move on and continue our coverage with KTBS 3's Madison Edwards, who's keeping an eye on things for us in Idabel. Hey, Madison.
Hey there, Nate. Hey, Courtney. It is pretty great out here so far. The lines of people are starting to form up. Cars have been coming up for the last 30, 45 minutes. The park behind me has been filling up with hundreds of people. They're getting all excited for the total solar eclipse. Some of them traveling from all across the country. Like Julie said in Texarkana, there's people from around the world here. I spoke with people from Billings, Montana, from Ireland, Connecticut, Oklahoma, California. Everyone's coming over here to our part of the Eclipse for that total eclipse of the Eclipse. It's going to be great. I spoke with one traveler from Idaho who told me about why he chose Idabel. Take a listen.
We're from Southern Idaho, came here, tried to get flights. Everything was expensive. We decided, I got a cousin in OKC, decided to drive up here and visit the southeast corner of Oklahoma. I mean, I love the musical Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma history, Sooners, and so it's happy to be here. Idabel, Idaho, we're here.
Idabel, Idaho, we are here. This Sooner is excited too to be in the Sooner State, talking with my fellow Sooners that I've been seeing come out in droves. But we're all wondering the same thing. Will the clouds break? Will there be a chance to see this total eclipse? Well, we're hoping still. Everyone's been optimistic. They've even told me the reason why they chose Idabel was because of the path of maybe those clouds are going to break. It's not a total no that they're not going to break. So we're excited. We're hopeful out here, and we're going to see what's happening over here in Idabel, Oklahoma. I'll send it back to y'all in the studio, Nate and Courtney. For KTVS 3 News, I'm Madison Edwards.
All right, thanks, Madison. And the big question is, will the weather cooperate? Let's take a live look at the current conditions around the Arklatex, and I'm still seeing some clouds across the area.
Yeah, we've been calling for this now for a couple of weeks, and those clouds are hanging around. But, you know, Julie just kind of gave us a live look there. Got a couple peaks of sunshine. That's right. So let's toss it over to meteorologist Brian Fowler for the latest on what he's tracking down. And, Brian, the countdown continues. Looking any better out there?
Well, it is a little bit. Now, as we warm up, we'll get rid of some of those clouds, but then we've got additional clouds rolling in for the storm system, because it'll be here later this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow, maybe continuing on into Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, so your 2024 total eclipse, where's the sun going to be? All right, where are we in relation to the sun? What about rainfall? Well, here's what it looks with cloud cover anyway. If you're going to be in the partial eclipse today, if you're going to hang out here at home in the Arklatex around the parishes, well, you've got about 80% coverage down into Toledo Bend, all the way up towards northeast Louisiana. It turns into about 60%. So you might end up seeing some of that partial eclipse there. Now, totality over here towards I-30, about 40% coverage. All right, so you'll see a little bit more. You should end up with some sunshine, but will it be exactly in that time frame that we're going to be tracking as we move on into early to mid-afternoon? That's about the time we start to really heat up. At the same time, when you start to heat up, you start to see those clouds, the additional clouds with the storms beginning to build, because we're getting rid of some of those low clouds right now. Once the low clouds leave us, that's when the storm clouds start to pop up, and we'll start to see a little bit of that over there towards northeast Texas and over into areas around Miller County and up towards Howard and Hempstead. So as we move through time here, we're going to take it to about 2 p.m. This is what we're expecting. Cloudy with some spotty showers in the northern parishes. And again, the eclipse is going to be right there around 1:30, 1:40 or so. We're expecting some clouds out here towards northeast Texas, but hopefully we'll get some good thinning spots for the eclipse. But right afterward, though, and heading into the mid-afternoon, that's when we start to see showers and thunderstorms take over, and they'll take over quickly, and they're going to stay around for a little while. In fact, we're talking maybe through Wednesday. How much rain might we get out of this entire system? We're going to find out and tell you more about it and show you that 7-day forecast coming up too. Nate, Courtney.
Alrighty, Brian, thanks a lot for that timeline. Well, we want to continue right now with our total eclipse coverage and head live to Atlanta, Texas, where people are counting down until the big eclipse. And 12:24 p.m. is when things will begin to change there. KTBS 3's Rick Rowe is in Atlanta. Hey, Rick, what's it looking like so far?
I tell you what, promising would be the word. As you can see, almost full sun. It's been peeking in and out. There is some cloud cover. You know, I'm not a mathematician, but I'd say maybe 40-50% cloud cover. Sun has been coming in and out. It's really nice now. This would be beautiful. You know, earlier Julie was talking about in Texarkana, the period of totality for them was 1:48. I beat you by 1 minute, Miss Julie. 1:47 right here in Atlanta. So the very first people, I believe, in our live shot region that are going to see, at least on television, KTBS or KPXJ, the first moment of totality, according to Dr. Stephen Lewis, is right here in Atlanta. You told me, my brother, 1:47. So it's 1:48 in Texarkana. All right, now we have, look, I'm a little bit disappointed. So let me encourage all of you that are in the area around Atlanta, Texas. Maybe you grew up a rabbit, you moved away, you want to come back, hang out here because we've got the chairs and we've got the glasses and free food, which is always a nice enticement. By the way, the glasses are free too.
Yes.
All right, Stephen, let's talk about what people need to know about what's about to happen in the next couple of hours.
Well, in addition to those other items, we also have door prizes that we'll be drawing and handing out as well for all the attendees here.
Okay.
So unless you're in 100% totality, You have to wear the glasses the full time.
The full time.
So like in Shreveport Bossier, where it's going to be 98%, you
Full
cannot
time.
look at the eclipse at any time without your glasses on.
Never take them out. All right. But at 147, according to you, right here, there's going to be about a minute and a half of totality.
Correct, which is why we traveled from Shreveport Bossier to here, so we could experience totality. We're right on the edge of it.
All right, real quick. The particular glasses you get need to have what on them?
So this is an example of the Eclipse glasses, and on the inside panel, you should be able to read a number that says ISO 12312-2. That indicates that they're good quality and approved for eclipse viewing and are not a knockoff of some sort.
Fantastic. All right, again, by the way, I want to mention we're at the Family Eye Care Clinic in Atlanta, Texas, right off of Main Street. But folks, look at this. Come on. I need some people to join us because the very first period of totality in our live shot area, I believe, according to Dr. Stephen Lewis, smart guy, is at 147. I beat Julie by a minute. So come join us to see totality, be the very first ones to do it right here in Atlanta, Texas. Coming back to y'all.
All right, thank you very much, Rick. Go for the solar eclipse, stay for the free food.
Yeah,
Can't
looks
beat
great.
that. Yeah.
Those cookies.
Yeah, besides the stellar solar show, the eclipse is also a great educational opportunity.
That's right. Caroline Castora is live at J.S. Clark Elementary in Shreveport. Caroline, this is a great way to get students interested in science.
It's an awesome way to get students interested in science, and here at J.S. Clark Elementary they actually have set up a few different stations. I was just talking with their science teacher. She's in charge of all of this, and so they've really used this as a learning opportunity like you said. Now they did happen to move these stations inside just because the potential of rain, they didn't want anyone to get rained on, but here at J.S. Clark Elementary they are going to take everyone outside at around 1:30, which is about 17 minutes before it peaks here in Shreveport at only 98%. So it's not totality here, but it still should be pretty spectacular. We'll have those glasses on and make sure everyone's viewing it safely. Now for these stations, I was looking around, they have some interesting things. One of my favorites was the moonwalk station. Should be interesting to see what that entails. I might be on here doing the moonwalk shortly. Stay tuned for that. But as for the cloud cover, I'm a meteorologist. I have to talk about it. As we were driving over, I had my glasses on. I wasn't driving, but I was looking out the window and you could still see the sun through those clouds. There was a little bit of clearing of the lower clouds. The high clouds, though, are pretty persistent here. What we're watching out for now is the chance for some rain. I have my radar up. I'll be watching it here to make sure no kiddos get rained on, but this is really exciting. I could see all the smiles of the kids in here. It's technically PE right now, so the stations haven't yet started, but stay tuned. I think it'll be pretty interesting to see all these kids having fun, enjoying this experience. Hopefully this is a core memory, and hopefully the weather cooperates like we're saying. But live from J.S. Clark Elementary, I'm going to send it back to you guys. Check in a little bit.
All right, thank you, Caroline. Never hurts to have a meteorologist on site when you're getting ready to view a total solar eclipse. Very cool. And a reminder, when it comes to the solar eclipse, we're going to have live team coverage throughout the entire afternoon. We started at 11. We're going to continue all the way through 2 p.m. And you can find much more on everything you need to know at ktbs.com/eclipse.
And we want to see your view of the eclipse this afternoon, so make sure to send us your pics. You can email them to pics@ktbs.com or post them on the KTBS3 Facebook page.
All right, the countdown is on. Well, coming up next, we have much more weather, of course, on the way, and the yellow weather alert that's been issued could have some stronger storms moving through the area very soon.
Plus, our Rick Rowe brings us the heartwarming story of some local veterans that remained in contact after the Vietnam War. That's coming up in our Hometown Patriot. Crap.
Maybe get you some sun chips, maybe a moon pie. Yeah.
All right, here we go. It's Eclipse Day, and we're under a yellow weather alert because we've got rain and storms in the forecast. It's already pretty cloudy up there towards areas of Toledo Bend right now, and all that moisture is moving northbound towards I-30, up towards McCurtain and those areas. Hopefully it'll start to thin out before it gets there, say around 140, 145 or so. But as it stands, the clouds are thickening up pretty good, especially in the mid and upper levels. 64 degrees in Idabel now, cloudy skies, winds northeast at 5. Humidity is sitting there at about 88%, and it's going to get higher today, and it's going to eventually become saturated out there. 77 and cloudy skies in Shreveport, south winds near 5, and temperatures across the rest of our area mostly in the mid 70s. Now, a little bit of sunshine will grab those temperatures and bring them up into the 80s this afternoon. Okay, let's talk about the cloud cover again. The best area for reaching some sun and seeing totality today will be right there where you need to be, right smack dab in the middle of all that. The I-30 corridor, northeast Texas, southwest Arkansas, southeast Oklahoma. Right now it looks like you've got about a 40% chance of there being cloud cover overhead. So it looks decent. Now then you head down south into Toledo Bend for a partial, and you're probably going to end up with the clouds. In fact, we already have the clouds down there, and we're expecting some rain to start to pop up as we move on into the early afternoon. After the eclipse, you're driving home or you're at work today and you're driving home around 5 or 6 p.m. This is what's going to be happening. Lots of rain rolling in, developing thunderstorms. Some of this will be heavy. Early tomorrow morning, we've got more rain and more storms, and that's not the end of it. We've got another round rolling through, multiple disturbances moving through into Wednesday night and possibly into early Thursday. Hopefully we'll get rid of this thing by Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night though, but it could linger on just a little bit longer than that. Okay, as far as the radar, you can see some wet weather out towards Ruston, the eastern parishes. It's starting to develop down through Toledo Bend, and this is moving north now towards areas like Zawali and down towards San Augustine. The cloud cover, this is the visible satellite, and as we zoom on in, you'll notice there are some pockets of sun out towards areas where Rick Rowe is located, right there out towards Atlanta to the north into Texarkana. We've got some sun. We've got some sunshine out towards Camp and over towards Titus into Red River County. We've got blue skies, a little bit of blue over here towards Webster and into Claiborne, and that's going to be moving north. However, we've got thicker clouds down here, and that thicker cloud cover is going to be rolling north. And as we heat up, if we see some sun, it may end up translating into some thunderstorms by eclipse time. So we are watching this closely for you. We've got wet weather through Wednesday and then drying out Thursday through Sunday. That's a check of your forecast. Now we're going to toss it back out to Rick Rowe. Hey Rick, how's it going so far?
They were all in their early 20s. None of them really wanted to be here.
Together 24 hours a day for about 10 and a half months, you know.
Then it was over. In less than a year, the men of C Company scattered across the country.
We didn't talk about the war. We didn't discuss the war.
And the memories began to fade.
We tried to put it behind us and forget about it.
Until that letter.
It was terribly emotional.
Yeah. Well, I drank beer for 2 days and then went home.
Yeah, I am cried smart. Yeah.
Something began to happen.
My wife and I were talking. I said, well, we'll see. After one day, maybe we'll just head home too. Maybe we won't get along with these guys. But we got together there, and it was just like family.
The reunions, now happening every year,
And a snowstorm.
started to grow.
But you did it.
I did it in the snow.
Because it
Meant so much.
That's the best thing that's ever happened to me. These are my brothers.
That's me. I'm an only child. But these guys have become my family, my brothers.
I always said, if you want a best or good friend in life, go into combat with them.
Tough men, but they have hearts like marshmallows.
Your survival depends on what you do and what your friends do for each other.
and it's been that way ever since. I mean, the friendship that just will be for as long as we live.
Very special hometown patriot. We're going to take a quick break, but we still have a lot more on the way, including talking more about the upcoming solar eclipse as we gear up for the main event in just about 2 hours from now. And outside of the Arklatex, one of the other hot spots to see the solar eclipse is Niagara Falls.
You're taking a live look now courtesy of EarthCam, and after the break we explain how families are using the big event as a bonding experience. Welcome back, and we're talking to the eclipse chasers this morning, the people who travel near and far to experience totality each time it comes around.
ABC's Whit Johnson knows about eclipse chasing firsthand thanks to a very special person in his life.
2, 1.
Wrapped in a state of cosmic euphoria. More than 30 family members all together in Madras, Oregon, soaking in the Great American Eclipse of 2017, all because of my mom.
And you're going to see stars. Will you tell me if you see some stars?
Dr. Sharon Johnson Edel, a retired geography professor turned eclipse chaser. You made us plan this years in advance.
That's right. Well, I knew that it would be a unique experience in your life. So just making it possible and dragging you all to it, I just felt was really worth it.
A sea of tents and RVs as far as the eye can see.
We came from all over, camping in RVs, grandkids in tow. My mother's dream finally realized.
You convinced us to do it. You pulled it off.
Yes. What I was looking at during the eclipse was all of you, and everyone screaming. It's a very special time. That's what made that particular eclipse particularly special to me.
Absolutely changed me. I mean, there's this moment where you feel completely insignificant. You realize that there are greater forces at play in the universe.
Totality is complete. We are out of totality.
Mom's eclipse adventures taking her around the world. From Oregon to Hawaii, off the coast of Bulgaria, then Libya, down to Easter Island, and back to Oregon. Today, Mazatlan, Mexico will be number 7. My mom on a mission to share with others this gift of totality.
If you met someone who has never seen an eclipse before, make the pitch.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. If you're with people, it will unite you, and all of you will share it. Okay, son, I'm ready. Let's go watch the eclipse.
When it comes to the big eclipse, we do have live team coverage throughout the morning and the early afternoon. You can find more at ktbs.com/eclipse.
Keep it here for our Health Watch coming up next.
Hi, I'm Dr. Darian, and here's my prescription for wellness on how to keep your eyes healthy, in addition to protecting them with solar eclipse glasses for today's historic eclipse. First, get regular eye exams, which can detect eye problems at their earliest stages. Next, make sure you eat healthy foods. Be sure to have plenty dark, leafy, green, spinach vegetables like kale and collard greens. And eating fish even can be high in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon, tuna, and halibut. These are great for your eyes. Finally, get active. Being physically active helps you stay healthy. It can also lower your risk of health conditions that can cause eye or health vision problems like diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. I'll have more tips on healthy living coming up on GMA3. See you there.
Some good tips there. Thank you, Dr. Darian. And now to other health news. Millennials and Generation Z are experiencing a new wave of anxiety when it comes to medical costs. A new study says 67% of Gen Z and 62% of millennials avoid seeking health care because of the price. That's compared to 46% of Americans overall. A similar study done last year by the Federal Reserve found that a quarter of all Americans went without medical care in 2022 because of the price. Well, that's a wrap on our Health Watch, but when we come back, our total eclipse countdown continues and what to expect when the moon covers in front of the sun after this.
Welcome back. 2 hours, 12 minutes and counting. I'm Nate Fluharty.
And I'm Courtney Buds. Thanks for staying with us on this historic midday. The moon and the sun are aligning and all the attention is on the total solar eclipse.
It sure is. Now here in the Eclipse, we're about, well, 2 hours ago, as I mentioned, and some change, but folks all across the U.S. are going to be seeing this incredible sight. And KTBS 3's, or I should say ABC News anchor David Muir has the latest on the big countdown to the big moment.
Families across America in the path of totality.
We're all ready to go.
15 states from Texas to Maine setting out to witness the total solar eclipse.
You guys ready for the eclipse?
Yeah! We're coming from Florida so that way we can see the solar eclipse because it's once in a lifetime.
They made it to Dallas, so we're in the path of totality.
But what exactly will they see, and how does it happen? Dr. Jedidah Eisler is an astrophysicist and National Geographic explorer.
A solar eclipse is when the moon moves between the sun and the earth and its shadow is cast on us.
That shadow is pure cosmic coincidence, and it happens because the sun is about 400 times larger than the moon. The sun is also 400 times farther away, making the two appear the same size. This means the moon completely covers the sun during a total solar eclipse, with only the sun's outer atmosphere, the corona, visible from Earth.
One cool difference between the 2017 eclipse and the one that we're going to see now is that the moon is closer to the Earth, so it's going to cast a larger shadow. So both totality will be longer and the actual path will be almost double what it was in 2017.
This time, that shadow is about 123 miles wide on the ground, moving at a speed of nearly 2,000 miles per hour. The closer you are to that center line, right through the middle of that shadow, the longer you'll be in complete darkness. In some places, it will last up to 4 minutes, 28 seconds. Nearly 32 million Americans live in the path of 100% totality. But look at how far the eclipse spreads in both directions. That means hundreds of millions of Americans today will see some version of this eclipse.
Part of this is, it's the magic of the eclipse. Part of it's about family and being together for a special event.
All right, yellow weather alert across the Eclipse. We've got cloudy conditions right now up towards Texarkana. I just saw a few peaks of sunshine out there. Now that's going to help your temperatures warm up quickly into the lower 80s today. Now, as we travel a little bit further to the south, Toledo Bend, it's cloudy, a little breezy, and there is a touch of sun there. We have temperatures that are in the 60s. As we check out the map here, you can see the rain starting to pop up down into Toledo Bend. To the east, out towards Natchitoches, we've got a little bit of wet weather over into Bienville Parish too. It's very spotty though, but all of this activity is moving towards the north, towards areas around Caddo and Bossier eventually, but nothing there yet, but it's just south of you. I want to zoom the map back out here for you. You'll notice that they are already getting busy with some nasty weather out there into western parts of Mississippi, some severe thunderstorms there. So far for us, and hopefully it'll stay this way, it's just been the clouds and a little bit of rain, but we do have some showers beginning to form down towards Sabine County and out towards San Augustine. This activity is going to be moving north as we move into the early afternoon, so that's definitely going to be a problem. If you are going to be out in the area of totality today, make sure that you remain weather aware, and we can help you with that here at KTBS 3 with all the latest information on our website and on our Facebook pages and other media pages too. Let's talk about the sun. We have currently a whole ton of clouds out there towards southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana. And this cloud cover is moving north. As it moves north, the temperatures are warming up. We're starting to see some of those clouds burning off a little bit. However, as those clouds burn off, we start to see the rain-making clouds beginning to form. So we're kind of looking at a trade-off here. You get rid of the low clouds and you warm up, but you end up losing a little bit of sunshine due to the cumulus and the cumulonimbus clouds beginning to pop up, and that's what we have. But at least right now, and hopefully it'll hold, northeast Texas, we've got sunshine. Southwest Arkansas, we've got a little bit of sunshine there, and in the northern parishes, there's a few spots, but it is starting to thicken up out there. We'll have more for you on this forecast and what it looks like at around 1:30 to 1:45 today. Coming up a little bit later, Courtney, Nate?
Alrighty, thanks a lot, Brian. Well, news from the skies in a much different regard. Across your nation, the terrifying moments caught on camera on a Southwest flight.
An engine cover ripped off during takeoff. ABC's Trevor Alt has the latest.
Oh, they're both gone. The FAA investigating another frightening mid-air incident. The engine cover on a Southwest flight from Denver to Houston ripping open minutes after takeoff.
Let's go ahead and declare an emergency for Southwest 3695.
Exit row passengers say it happened as the plane was still ascending. They immediately lit up their call buttons.
Several of us called the flight attendant. She came over and looked at it because the pilots couldn't see any of it. And she was like, oh my God.
We'd like an immediate return. We got a piece of the engine cowling hanging off, apparently.
This video recorded during the landing back in Denver, the cowling ripping further, slapping against the wing before becoming completely undone. Southwest says the plane landed safely after experiencing a mechanical issue and says our maintenance teams are reviewing the aircraft. The airline sending passengers to Houston on another plane.
These panels were not properly secured, and so when there was enough air coming over the airplane as it took off, these panels ripped apart and came back up over the wing.
And some passengers are on edge due to more recent incidents. Last month, flames shooting out of the engine of this United flight, and that Alaska Airlines door plug popping off midair in January.
These incidents remain rare, and they seem like we see more of them, but that's because everybody has a movie camera in their pocket.
It's still not yet clear what caused this engine cover to rip open. The passengers on board were very complimentary of the pilot. They said that the landing was very smooth, but they understandably came down very fast. Trevor Alt, ABC News, LaGuardia Airport.
Coming up, we're talking tech.
Nothing to sneeze at today. Jamie Tucker has an app for allergy sufferers.
Do allergies prevent you from enjoying being outside this time of year? A lot of people suffer from allergies. I'm Jamie Tucker coming up with a smartphone app that'll help keep you from sneezing your head off.
Welcome back. Well, you probably already know, if you're like me, you have felt it. It is allergy season. You can tell almost the moment you step outside. But did you know that you can get some relief through a smartphone app? Consumer Tech reporter Jamie Tucker has the details.
Yeah, if you knew what you were allergic to, you would probably know when you could spend time outside and when you shouldn't. And this smartphone app can give you all the information you need. Allergy Plus is from the website pollen.com, which tracks and reports pollen counts every day. The app, available for both iPhone and Android devices, puts all that information in the palm of your hand. It uses your location to deliver up-to-date, accurate pollen counts that change daily, even hourly. Now, before you walk outside, you can see not only whether the pollen count is high, but what type of pollen is in the air and on your car. And if you know what type bothers you the most, you can avoid being outside when you're most susceptible. The app helps figure that out with a diary, and over time, you'll know what type of tree or grass pollen is blamed for your sneezes and sniffles. You can add a city you're going to visit to get pollen forecasts and notifications when you'll want to stay inside. The app is free, but those who are bothered most by allergies might want to pay for premium features. So if you're looking for some help with allergies, this may be the one to choose. I'm Jamie Tucker, and Allergy Plus is the app of the day.
All right, thank you, Jamie. That's going to wrap up our consumer news. When we come back, another check on your Monday forecast and more on the weather and what it's looking like for today's big celestial spectacle. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right, here we go. Yellow weather alert across the area. And as we wait for that eclipse this afternoon, let's check out the sky conditions we have for you right now. What's happening out there in DeSoto Parish, where there's some sunshine, and that means some warmer weather. 76 degrees in Mansfield. Skies are still a little cloudy, though, but there's definitely peaks out there, and that's going to help us some. As the winds start to pick up, we'll pick up more moisture from the south, and we'll eventually end up with a little bit more in the way of cloud cover by mid-afternoon, but hopefully it's going to stave off until the big event. After the big event, Dallas, some sunshine out and about. You can see that a little bit out there across that particular area, but really humid. You can see the humidity just sitting there in the atmosphere now. Humidity 73%, the temperature 72 under mostly cloudy conditions, and a south-southwest wind at 7. Now, that south-southwest wind is helping heat them up all the way up into central and northern parts of Oklahoma, through Arkansas, and across southern parts of Missouri. Temperatures across the entire area primarily up there near 80 degrees already. We have 79 Shreveport. Out towards Marshall, we're 73 and climbing, 77 in Center, and we got mid-70s out towards Natchitoches. Showers and thunderstorms popping up, and they're a little bit more vigorous out towards Mississippi, just to the north of Jackson. Northeast Louisiana picking up a little bit of that. Around here, we're starting to see some showers forming, but there's not a whole lot yet starting to form other than just some clouds kind of teasing us with the idea that it might be too cloudy. On the other hand, though, as things slow down a little bit for us, we'll probably end up with some sunshine in that area of totality around I-30 today. So that would be some good news. If you live down towards Toledo Bend, maybe not so much because the clouds have been a little bit thicker down there towards Mansfield. We've got some spotty showers there. Over into Red River Parish, out towards Lucky and into Natchitoches, we've got a few showers starting to pop up and develop. Rain down towards Milam too. We head northbound and the visible satellite image, we have some areas of cloud-free zones over into right there at about Red River, probably the eastern part of Red River, all the way over into Bowie, down towards Cass. From there out towards Camp. Some showers are probably going to be developing there probably in the next 6 or 7 hours, but I think we might get by and have enough sunshine for the next few hours to see that actual eclipse. But later this afternoon and evening, things are going to ramp up out that direction too. As far as North Texas goes, if you're trying to still head out there today, might be a little bit too late. Nevertheless, the cloud cover starting to see some thicknesses down here towards Waco, all the way up towards about I-20. You see the brighter cloud tops right through there around probably between Dallas and all the way out towards Tyler. That's going to be some rain trying to pop up, trying to develop, and for today and on into the next few days from Dallas all the way out here into the Arklatex, we are looking at the prospects of severe weather. We could see damaging straight line winds, large hail, and the threat of isolated tornadoes with some of those storms. So it's going to get busy out there. Upwards of 3 to 5 inches, maybe even more in some isolated spots of rain could fall through that time period from today all the way on into Wednesday night. 7-day forecast, we've got sunshine Thursday through Sunday, highs in the 70s to near 80, and overnight lows will mainly be in the 40s and in the 50s as we head on into about Thursday night, Friday night, starting to cool off a little bit by then, but the cloud cover out there, it's going to be warm during the day for the next few days. And it's going to be pretty mild and muggy at night. Of course, we'll have a lot of rainfall out there too to keep that mugginess going. And that's a look at your forecast. We'll have a final check of your weather coming up here in a little bit. So right now we're kind of holding tight, kind of watching what happens out there. The area of totality around that I-30 corridor, Courtney, Nate, it may hold for us for a little while, but we're going to be real close to rain starting to move in. So we're kind of watching that timing. It's just, I wish, you know, the rain would hold off till tonight. And then we could say, okay, blue skies today. Well, it's going to be easy, perfect forecast. But we're right there on the edge, as we always are with the weather around here.
Absolutely. All right, Brian, thanks a lot for keeping it on. Thanks for us, buddy.
We'll keep it here for the day's top entertainment headlines.
Now, KTBS 3 News continues.
Welcome back to your KTBS News Midday. Well, news out of Nashville. One of the biggest stars in country music was arrested last night there. According to police documents, Morgan Wallen was arrested on felony charges after he allegedly threw a chair from the roof of a bar in the downtown area. The arrest affidavit also says the police officers were standing in front of the Chiefs Bar on Broadway in the Music District and Entertainment District. They almost got hit by that chair. Now, of course, police took him into custody, and police also wrote that staff told them that Wallen was the one that threw the chair. They reviewed some video footage to confirm that. The 30-year-old was booked into jail. He also posted the $15,000+ to get out early this morning.
In other entertainment news, Beyonce has made history with her new country album.
It gets me boogieing. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
16 carriages driving away. Cowboy Carter has debuted #1 on the Billboard 200 album chart, with the biggest sales week of any album so far this year. It's Beyonce's 8th album to top the chart, and she's the first black woman ever to debut #1 on Billboard's top country albums chart.
I have to take this case. He's got a gun. A gun! We have got to get the women to safety.
Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
This is what she's
saying.
Look over here. I will look at it.
Do you even know what it is I do?
The first full trailer is out for Pool Man. Chris Pine makes his directorial debut and leads an ensemble cast including Danny DeVito, Annette Bening, Wanda DeWise, and Jennifer Jason Leigh. Pool Man swims into theaters May 10th. More honors for Poor Things. Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo won Best Actress and Actor in a Science Fiction or Fantasy Movie at the 4th Annual Critics' Choice Super Awards. 3 other films also picked up 2 prizes. Tom Cruise and Rebecca Ferguson from Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning were named Best Actor and Actress in an Action Movie. Talk to Me won Best Horror Movie, and its star, Sophie Wilde, received Best Actress in a Horror Movie. And Godzilla -1 took Best Science Fiction or Fantasy Movie, and Godzilla himself was named Best Overall Movie Villain. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
When we come back, a final look at your forecast.
Yep, and we might have potential severe weather, so we're going to keep you updated. Welcome back. It's a historic day in the skies with a total solar eclipse taking place in 15 states across the country today, including Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma.
Yes, it is very exciting. Right now you're taking a live look at Russellville, Arkansas, where people have been gathering all morning, and the show's going to start in just about 2 hours from now, less than. And a reminder, when it comes to the solar eclipse, we are going to continue our live team coverage up until 2 p.m. today. You can also follow us on ktbs.com/eclipse for more. All right, let's get that last final update from meteorologist Brian Feller on what it's looking like now.
All right, we do have a new update for you. It's not the best of updates, nevertheless, so we've got rain showers that are beginning to roll north towards the northern parishes, East Texas, and from the Storm Prediction Center, they have updated their severe threat map. It does now cover a slight to enhanced risk, not only for areas west of Dallas-Fort Worth, but for our area too, here in the western parishes and East Texas. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are the threats we're watching out for as severe weather starts to ramp up later today. And before it does, hopefully we will get a chance to use these glasses and check out a solar eclipse, guys.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Hello everyone, I'm Alex Anderson.
And I'm Brittany Breeding, along with Patrick Dennis.
Yep, I am here with everybody. And guess what? Welcome to the Total Eclipse 2024. I think you've heard a little bit about it for the Eclipse, and we're going to be taking you across our area, showing you how things are looking, not just here, but around the nation, how you can be able to experience itself, the moon's movement between the Earth and the sun. Well, it's something that we've been talking about so much over the past, couple of months. And while we're here in the path of totality and the Eclipse, everyone across America is going to have their eyes on the skies. Millions of people coming together to view a celestial show like no other.
And our team is everywhere from Atlanta, Texas, Texarkana, right here in Shreveport, and Idabel, Oklahoma, to bring you the sights and sounds. Our coverage extends across America and even outer space as we bring you live looks from NASA's point of view.
And Patrick, the first thing everyone wants to know, of course, how will the weather impact what we get to see?
That's exactly right there as far as what we're looking at for you here across the Eclipse. I'm going to pull things up for you real quick here because we're trying to get things ready for you and get things started as well. And as we do exactly that for you, we're going to talk a little bit about that exact path that we're going to be looking at there for you. And that path itself that's going to pull up here on my graphics, you'll be able to show it here, is the percentage of the totality there with us as well as what we are looking at. So let's talk a little bit about the path itself. We're going to be watching this system move across the central part of the U.S., moving across Texas into the Eclipse as we make our way. It's not happening just yet. It's still going to take a little while for it to happen, but it's not going to take too long for a partial solar eclipse to start to kick in a little bit later on. But this happens to be the path itself as it makes its way into areas of the Eclipse. So I stopped it here for you on the right-hand side, that little area there, that is the path of totality. Now Tyler, Texas, for example, will be getting into totality close to about 1:42, 1:43 p.m. But their totality is only going to last a very short time period. You got to be in the center of this circle here in order to get that 3 to 4 minutes of totality with it. As it moves on along, it's going to move into northeast Texas, Texarkana at around 1:46. Totality there in the Texarkana area. But DeQueen, Arkansas, Idabel, Oklahoma, you're talking about more than 4 minutes of totality whenever it comes to the eclipse there. That's whenever it gets in totality. It basically goes from Bailey's beads to looking like a diamond ring. Then you see that corona ring around it. And when you see that corona ring around it, that is when you can actually take off your glasses. But as soon as you start to see a little bit of that light peek out on the side, put your glasses back on once again there. So very important to remember, and then it's going to continue to move on up. On average, we will start to go and end up seeing partial eclipse here in the Eclipse, roughly at around 12:25 to 12:30. Then we reach totality. The peak time of the Eclipse, seeing the eclipse, will be in that ballpark between about 1:42 and 1:46 or so. And then afterwards, everything wraps up a little bit after 3 o'clock. Key thing is the weather, visibility for us. Right now, I'm holding out a little bit of hope still. Clouds are expected. They're already out there. We've seen some breaks here and there. We still got time to see more breaks. We got an hour and a half or so before we reach that peak part of it, so we still have an opportunity. This is the visible satellite picture right now, overlaid with the path, overlaid with my odds and percentages for us. We still got some cloud cover. We got a lot of breaks in northeast Texas, southern Arkansas. We're getting a few further south, which is not uncommon for us to see. This is a cloud cover forecast for us, taking a look at things also as we work our way through the time period of the eclipse, between the totality of it to between 1:30 and 2 o'clock this afternoon. Again, best viewing north of Interstate 20, but it's going to be all about your location, timing, getting breaks in the clouds here and there. So what's going on right now? Don't be surprised if we see a few spotty showers in a few locations. This is the visible satellite picture, and we're going to go in and show you. We've got a few breaks there down around areas towards Logansport, got a few breaks around Shreveport, more breaks further up to the north, but as that sun continues to get higher up in the air, we still may be able to see and get more breaks because of mixing up in the atmosphere and the heating of the day. Texarkana, some scattered clouds around the area. I'm pointing these out because this is where we have some of our live local broadcasts from. Idabel, Oklahoma, getting some breaks there as well, which is nice. And then watching elsewhere across the Arklatex, hopefully we'll start to see more breaks with it. Watching showers, we still got to contend with some of those as well. It'd be pretty neat if you got to see the total eclipse, or at least part of it, above you, why you got a little bit of some scattered showers for us. So that's how things are looking. We can take some live looks for you, part of our 3 Tower Cam network locations. One actually happens to be a place that's going to be in totality. It is going to be the Dallas area, and you also have on the right-hand side of the screen Tyler, Texas, too. And those areas there, again, they're not under a partial eclipse as of yet, but you see one common factor in both those locations, some cloud cover, but it does look like some sunshine spreading down there on top of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But I'll have more for you. We'll keep you up to date on the weather, the timing, and I'll give you more of a breakdown for different areas in the Arklatex coming up for you in just a moment with our coverage of the 2024 total eclipse in the Arklatex.
All right, Patrick, we'll check in with him a lot more as we get through our couple of hours together here. And while we will have cameras stationed, as we mentioned, everywhere, including outer space, for us, most importantly, is the Arklatex, Atlanta, Texas, being one of those places.
Rick Rowe is at Family Eye Care Clinic with a group of avid sky watchers. Hey, Rick.
Brittany, Alex, hey, I've got my shades on because I'm hoping that I need them. And actually, periodically, I have. There is sun occasionally peeking through the clouds, but we do have, and she's always shining. This is Taylor. She works here at Family Eye Care Clinic, Atlanta, Texas. She's standing right in front of Main Street, encouraging everybody driving by, and she's got lots of fans, lots of honking fans that we're hoping they will come over, because what we're thinking now, I've been told by Dr. Stephen Lewis from the Willis Knight and Eye Institute that we're going to hit totality here, I think, number 1. Now, I could be wrong. You never know. He said 147. We're going to see. So I think in our live shot region, it may happen first, Dr. Stephen Lewis, for us right here at Family Eye Care Clinic, right? So we're inviting folks to come by. By the way, you see them signing up? That's because there are door prizes and there's food. There's potato chips, all kinds of cool stuff here. That part is free, and then you sign up for the door prize, and there are the door prizes. Since he's on that right now, Stephen, give me an idea of what are the door prizes.
So the door prizes are a variety of different opportunities. Okay. One is a joke book. One is a cell phone recharger. Oh, yeah. There's an outdoor waterproof speaker.
That's fantastic, yes.
Leatherman, and there's other bamboo items, a fruit bowl, a cutting board, and a serving tray.
All right, I've only got a minute, so I'm going to deviate from you for just a second. This is Adam Cox. He works at Family Eye Care. The reason I wanted to talk to him is because you actually have seen someone do the wrong thing the last time this happened in 2017. That's right. One of your patients.
That's right. So we had a patient I saw a couple years ago, and in 2017 it was a partial eclipse, so you could not look at the sun without protection on. He chose to, and he developed a loss of function of the macula, which is called solar maculopathy or solar retinopathy. And so the sun is so intense that it will destroy the cells in the eye, and he now has a center blind spot wherever he looks. He does not see clearly in the middle of that eye.
So, and that you can't fix that.
It's irreversible, unfortunately. And
okay. So there is a reason that we're talking about these eyeglasses. By the way, let's show them. the shades, sunshades here, Doctor, and you're giving them away free.
Yes.
From Willis Knighton Eye Institute, right here at the Atlanta Eye Care Clinic in Atlanta, Texas, right along Main Street, coming through downtown. And you can see folks are already beginning to arrive, and make sure that they are wearing the glasses until, Stephen, we get to totality.
Correct. If you're in an area that has totality, like we are here in Atlanta, you can remove the glasses during totality only. If you're in an area that does not have totality, like Shreveport-Bossier, you have to wear the glasses anytime you're looking at the sun. Anytime
So if you heard that, Shreveport-Bossier, that means you never take those glasses off when you're looking at the sun. Speaking of the sun, we're looking at the sun goddess. That's Taylor. Wave to us, Taylor. If you're in anywhere within this particular area, which is Atlanta, Texas, come see us at the Family Eye Care Clinic. We're waiting, number one, I think, for totality. Coming back to you guys.
Rick, thank you. And of course, those glasses that Rick had, we gave away over 7,000 over the course of the last few weeks. People so eager to see this historic event, but the Eclipse is also a great opportunity for education.
So of course, we've got our Caroline Castora at J.S. Clark Elementary in Shreveport. Caroline, it's just one of the many area schools using this experience to encourage students to explore science.
They have quite the exciting event going on. In a second, we're going to talk to the organizer of these stations that they're going to do to learn about the eclipse. They did move it inside just because there is that chance for rain. Plus, it's a little bit humid out there, but everyone is going to go outside when it peaks around 1:30 here with the glasses, of course, so we can safely view it. But for now, I want to bring in the organizer of this event. This is Miss Clark here at J.S. Clark Elementary. So what are the kids going to be doing today?
Okay, so today we have a tattoo station where they get to choose a tattoo of stars, moons, anything that's related to the galaxy. We have a moonwalk station, which is called a moonwalk, but it's a cakewalk, and they get to walk around the different phases of the moon. We have a bullseye station that they're going to take a little black ball, which is the moon, and they'll be able to hit the sun. And we have our spin on pin the tail on a donkey, so it's going to be pin the moon on the sun to create an eclipse. And they also have this opportunity as the moon toss. They have a sun, and they get to toss the moon to try to cover the moon. Try to cover the sun. And they have their chance to take as many photo ops as they want in front of our Great American Eclipse 2024 backdrop.
And this seems so awesome. I can feel the excitement from the kiddos, and I think we're holding them up a little bit. I think they're ready to get started, so stay tuned. We're going to have details on all of this and show you all the fun activities. I think I need to participate in a few of them. I'm really excited.
I think you do.
Okay, awesome.
How about the moonwalk?
Oh yeah, definitely the moonwalk. I think I can. I'm going to moonwalk it back to the studio. We're starting. All right, back to you guys. Stay tuned.
Well, we could probably just wrap it up right now.
I
don't
know,
if
she just stole the show.
We're going to see an eclipse today, but that might have been the coolest thing I've seen all day. Caroline, thank you.
And I mean, who better to have at a science experiment at a school than Caroline?
Right, she's having just as much fun as the kids there, I guarantee it.
She is. Well, people in cities across the Arklatex and around America are waiting anxiously.
Yeah, each minute brings us closer to the start of the total eclipse. Our team, as we've shown you, spread across the region to bring you this once-in-a-lifetime experience. We're going to step away, but we have plenty of more live coverage waiting for you on the other side.
We're witnessing history today, and we're bringing it to you from every angle possible.
In addition to our live remotes across our region, we have live views from our cameras in our 3 tower cam networks, and we also have live channels dedicated to bringing you continuous live looks from CNN cameras across the nation, and the view as seen through the lens of NASA's cameras.
And Arklatex is ground zero for the total eclipse. We continue our team coverage now in Texarkana with Julie Parr.
Yeah, Julie, this solar-bration, we've been talking about it. It's been planning for months.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. It's been going on for about a year. They've been planning. The Solar-bration Committee have been so busy getting everything prepared. And of course, we think this is a unique spot to be able to watch the solar eclipse because you can stand on the state line in Texas and Arkansas, this unique experience and unique location as well. I want to show you behind me. There is a long line of people waiting to get their photos in front of the state line. They have a moon set up and just a nod to the solar eclipse. And of course, this is just an opportunity. This is the second most photographed federal courthouse in the nation. Of course, the federal courthouse in Washington, D.C. being the first. And a lot of people just very excited to be able to see this experience and be able to be a part of a great time. And it may not seem like a rare thing because we had it back in 2017. That was a partial eclipse, but it really is. This is going to be the first time in totality in a long time, and may not see it again for a really long time. We've been talking to people coming through, getting their picture taken. We talked to one family that left about 2 o'clock this morning to get here. They were from the Houston area. We have people from all across the U.S. as well as across the world, really. We've met people from Germany, Paris, over the weekend, just being able to experience all of the activities. And we're going to have activities again here today. We have music set up here and food trucks. It's just a great opportunity to get together and hang out and wait for that great experience of seeing the total eclipse here in Texarkana. Again, it's going to be about 2 minutes and 24 seconds here in Texarkana, and it starts about 1:46 this afternoon. So we're just all in anticipation for that big event. Alex, Brittany?
That sounds so fun.
Yeah, sounds like a great time. A year in the making, many more than that in terms of the solar calendar. Julie, we do appreciate that report. And as the eclipse is happening in Texarkana, at the exact same time, it will be going on in Idabel, Oklahoma.
Our Madison Edwards is there. Madison, the excitement is building minute by minute.
It is, minute by minute. It is coming out just like the sun. That's why I've got my glasses on right now, because people have been putting on their solar eclipse glasses to take a look at what it's going to look like as these clouds break. Now, we are seeing a couple of clouds making their way over here. We're hoping they stay away, but the excitement has been building. This place was empty at about 6 in the morning this morning, and now it is absolutely full of people behind me with their telescopes up, specialty cameras, things getting excited to see this total solar eclipse in the Arklatex. People from all around. Julie mentioned people from Germany. I've been speaking Deutsch to people from Germany here as well, asking them woher kommst du, and they say Munich. It's very interesting. California, Connecticut, Ireland. This person that I talked to from Idaho says that he saw the eclipse in 2017 and now wants to make it a regular occurrence. Take a listen. Apparently we don't have that video. Sorry about that, everybody. But he was saying that he was choosing Idabel because of the maybiness of the cloud break. The weather was not a total no, it was a maybe. And we're hoping that these clouds are going to stay out of here. Excitement is high. We'll send it back to you in the studio. Alex and Brittany live in Idabel, Oklahoma. For KTBS 3 News, I'm Madison Edwards.
Who knew he could speak German?
I learned something new about Madison Edwards every day. He is an interesting man. Now, we've been mentioning the views. Well, of course, a key component to our coverage would be our tower cams.
Of course, we've got one right in Natchitoches, also along the riverbanks of the Cane River Lake. The City of Lights experiences 95% totality. That'll start at 12:27, so not too far away, and the peak of darkness will be at 1:47. What viewers will see is a crescent sun instead of a crescent moon. The The entire eclipse experience ends at 3:07.
Moving on, we're checking on some other views from our 3 Tower Cam network. In parts of South Louisiana, the eclipse will begin to be visible in Lake Charles, reaching totality at 1:44.
And for the folks a little bit south, down in Baton Rouge, the experience begins at 12:28 with totality at 1:48, followed by New Orleans at 12:29, reaching totality at 1:49.
All right, so we go back to Patrick Dennis now. So much excitement surrounding this event. And Patrick, the weather's been of utmost importance when it comes to this event.
Right. The weather is very, very important for it. And the key factor is right now in seeing anything are the clouds. And what we've been preaching, I think, day after day after day after day after day, are the clouds going to break or not for it? Now, look, if you walk outside right now, some of you are saying, it looks great, but the clouds can move right back in. If some of you instead end up going outside, you say it looks gloomy. So if it's gloomy and all that, then the clouds still might have a chance to go and break apart for us. So we're going to watch, though. We're going to watch and see what goes on with it. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick here, too, because I know it's been mentioned at some of the different locations. Let's look at the timing of things. Rick's in Atlanta, Texas. Now, I need to point something out here where Rick is. Technically speaking, in Atlanta itself, if you click on it on a map, it shows it's 99.97% peak, not quite totality. On the north side of town, west side of town, you'll have totality. But this brings up a very important point. You're going to have very little time at all to take your glasses off. You're probably going to leave your glasses on the entire time there with it. If you're further north or northwest, you probably can. Partial starts at 12:27 in Atlanta, Texas. Totalities at 1:47 and then 3:07. Again, I want to emphasize, it's actually not totality. It's the peak of it there in Atlanta, Texas. Shreveport, if you get a break in the clouds, the peak is going to cover 98.17%. Do not take your glasses off, okay? 12:27, the partial stops. Partial ends at 3:07. The peak is at 1:47 for you. Texarkana, 2 minutes, 24 seconds as far as totality. Totality actually occurs at 1:48 p.m. for you. The partial starts at 12:28. Total starts at 1:46. Total ends at 1:49. So you got 2 minutes to take your glasses off. If you want to, then put them right back on again so you can see that corona. And then Idabel, Oklahoma, 4 minutes, 19 seconds. That's where Madison is. 12:28 start time for partial. 1:45 total eclipse starts. Peak is at 1:47. Total ends at 1:49, and the partial eclipse ends at 3:06. So you have time to take your glasses off there in the Idabel area. And again, do not take them off until it reaches, you see that ring around it, that corona, which is so cool to go and end up seeing there. And maybe if you keep your fingers crossed, there might be a little solar activity goes on, and then you could see it erupt out. But as soon as you see the light comes back out, to put those glasses back on. Keep it right here, everybody. Our coverage of 2024 total eclipse in the Eclipse continues in just a moment.
And we'll be right back, as Patrick said.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, sorry, Steph. It did say Patrick in there. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's okay.
All right, so where should we be next? Okay, is that this?
Is that
okay?
About 3 minutes from the start of partial.
right there?
Partial. You're kind. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, can I tell you something, Stephanie, real quick? It's going to be up to your crews in the field for shots. We are not going to be able to pick up an eclipse on any of our cameras. They do not tilt high enough up right now. I'll double check them. But as of this moment, I cannot get the sun in a shot. So those will not be useful for us, just to show cloud cover.
32 million people are in the direct path of the eclipse, but all people across America will experience at least something.
We're tracking the experience with help from our partners at ABC, CNN, and NASA to bring you as many views as possible of this historic event. But let's check in with Patrick to see how the weather is going to cooperate.
Yeah, that's one of the key factors here is going to be the weather going on for us here across the Arklatex. And, the cloud covers in our area, still hoping to get some breaks in the clouds. We are actually about to be starting. I'm looking over every once in a while. It's 12:25 p.m. The partial eclipse is getting ready to move into parts of the Arklatex right now. And in just a few moments, it's going to officially get underway. Now, it's going to take a little while for you to start to feel some of the effects from that. So let's go ahead right now. First of all, let's break it down. I want to show you the anatomy of a total eclipse. So let's go ahead and take a look at this graphic here for you so you can see this, so I can explain to you what exactly is going on and what's about to start going on for you. So first of all, we have to enter the partial solar eclipse. First of all. And what's happening here is on this particular day, the moon is in a new moon stage for us. And what is taking place is that the moon is moving between the earth and the sun. Okay, so that's what's happening in this place. Whenever the partial eclipse starts, it's what we call a penumbra. That's the partial shadow. And that's what first of all is going to be taking place. Then actually as it moves on along, the full shadow starts to move on in. We get the umbra. So you have the umbra and then you have the penumbra. So those are two technical terms there I want to go and throw out there to you of what is going on here for today. And this is moving across the central part of the United States, moving from the southwest on up towards the northeast. Unfortunately, we do not have the best views here just because of the fact that we end up having and dealing with ourselves lots of cloud cover, still hoping that we see some breaks in some of those clouds. So coming up here, and I'm going to wait till right when it starts to toss to him, but coming up here in just a moment, this is Atlanta, Texas. I want to show you here. Atlanta, Texas is technically right on the fringe of totality. Part of town's in it, part of town's not in it. Bottom line is this, I would not, I'm not the eye doctor there with you in their area, I know he has them there, but I would not recommend for you to take your glasses off in Atlanta because it's going to be a split second just like that. You have to have them right back on there. But it's going to be a fascinating thing to go and watch there. But the countdown is on. It is 12:26:50 almost right now. And you're looking live at some different tower cams, part of our 3 tower cam network. Top left, Dallas, Texas. Looks like a few rays of sunshine there. Austin, Texas, where my family is, watching a concert by Vampire Weekend outside right now, hoping to get a chance to not turn into a vampire, but see the eclipse at the same time. San Antonio, Texas for you there. We're seeing cloud cover, and Tyler, Texas also cloud cover, and that is the biggest challenge that we are seeing right now with this whole situation we have going on. But partial solar eclipse already underway down there in parts of South Texas. Partial solar eclipse now getting ready to move into northeast Texas and what we're looking at there. And so that is what we're addressing for you for right now. So we're going to go right now. It is 12:27 and 30 seconds, not totality. And Rick, talk to them there. When I look at the map, Atlanta's right there on the extreme edge, the ring of it there. So it depends on where you are, but you probably want to keep those glasses on the whole time. But you are officially getting underway with the partial solar eclipse right now at 12:27:50. We'll send it out to you.
All right, buddy, we obviously don't notice anything quite yet, but we do have Stephen Lewis from the Willis Knight and Eye Institute. And Stephen, a little controversy here. You say that this is going to happen. Totality, moment of totality in Atlanta is
1:47 p.m.
1:47, and it's going to last
about a minute and a half.
All right, now we've got some folks here. They're beginning to gather, have driven all the way from Vivian. I mean, my goodness gracious, these guys are passionate. And what they're doing here, this is really kind of a fun thing, a little trivia. So Dr. Lewis is going to give you a question, and then I need everybody excited, and whoever answers first wins an unbelievable, I think it's a brand new car, but let's see.
All right, true or false? This is the first total solar eclipse in the continental U.S. in 7 years. Yes, sir.
False? Oh, you missed it. You can leave. True. Oh, yes, it must be true. All right, that was too easy. Let's do another one.
Does someone know when the next total solar eclipse will be? What year? What year?
2044.
44. 44. Good job. What does she win? What kind of car?
A little bitty one.
A little bitty one. A little Matchbox car. Okay, I love that. Now let's get serious for just a second. What do people in basically watching us, and obviously those in Atlanta, what's the most important thing they need to know?
Unless you're in an area of totality, do not remove your glasses when looking at the eclipse at any time.
At
you
any
gotta have them
time.
on full time.
All right, now this is 99.93, I think you told me. Does that mean that there's going to be a point where we can remove the glasses here in Atlanta?
So according to the NASA website, here in Atlanta, we will have a brief time of totality for about a minute and a half.
About a minute and a half. All right, I love it. Let's show the folks real quick. Let's demonstrate really quick. Terry Foster works here at Family Eye Care Clinic. We've got Kathy. Show her how to wear these properly. She's wearing glasses. In front of or behind?
Well, typically we would go behind. We don't want it to filter through anything. We want to go for maximum.
Show her how to do it.
Yes. Let's take these off for a moment. If I can see those. If you'll hold these for me. We'll use those in a moment. I'm going to put these on over because even with a nice pair of sunglasses, that's not good enough to watch the eclipse. We need this specific level of filtration to do it safely.
Now, she needs her glasses or not?
Yes. We're going to put these on over. These are easily wrapped, so you can, if you wear prescription glasses, do both.
But you actually told me earlier that because it's going to be so bright, you could probably not even wear the glasses.
You can view that with just the solar glasses, the eclipse glasses, and do just fine.
I love it. All right. You guys excited? Yeah. It's getting close. I actually think we're going to be number one in terms of our live shots, in terms of the first location, I think I'm right about this, to experience totality. So get ready. Miss Caroline, coming back to you, my friend.
Hi, Rick. I'm here at J.S. Clark Elementary. It might be a little loud in here because so much fun is happening at the moment. But right now I'm standing with the principal, Dr. Roberts. And what does this event mean? How long have you been planning it? And is it really exciting for you?
Yes, it's super exciting. Myself and our fifth grade science teacher, Miss Erica Clark, have been planning this now for like the last month. She is overwhelmingly excited. It means so much because it will be years, 20 years or so, before we'll see another total eclipse, and we're excited. We wanted the students to know what it's all about, but we also wanted them to have a lot of fun. So we have this carnival going on in our gym today, and then when it's time at 1:45, we'll be outside to see all of the action.
And do all of the kids have glasses for this event? I know safety is really important. Is that something you guys prepared?
Yes, we have glasses for every child on campus.
That's amazing, and it's really important because we're in Shreveport's 98%, so not totality. Like they were saying, we can't remove our glasses at any point. Now, yes, it is a little bit cloudy and it's humid out there, but this isn't stopping any of them from having so much fun. I'm hearing screams, they're taking pictures, waving, smiling. These are some awesome kiddos that maybe we'll get to talk to and hear how much fun they're having. But thank you so much, Dr. Roberts. We'll be hanging out here for a little bit, but I'm going to send it back to you guys. We'll be around.
All right, Caroline, thank you. And we can confirm Rick is correct in regards to our locations. Atlanta will be the first in the path of the eclipse. And then comes Idabel and Texarkana.
We'll start in Texarkana. Julie Parr is live there for us. Julie, people and organizations there have been planning this for a long time.
That's right. They certainly have. The Celebration Committee has been working well over a year to get activities planned. They have a stage set up here. They'll have music and food trucks going on until we start to see that solar eclipse. And we're actually starting to see just maybe a small piece of that moon start to head over the sun. And I want to introduce you to a family we just met here from Hammond, Louisiana. And tell me what you're seeing so far.
It looks like it's barely filling in, like almost you're painting over it.
So why did you choose Texarkana to come watch the total?
Actually, my husband chose it.
Okay. Well, did you hear that there was going to be a lot of people here, or is this the best spot to watch it?
It seemed like one of the closer places to get to from where we were at, and then also we never been in Texarkana, so we thought it was kind of cool to see where the courthouse has the state lines divided, and we weren't sure about how populated it would be, like in terms of being really crowded, but we're pleased to see that it wasn't actually that bad. So it's a good turnout, but nothing like too overwhelming.
Yeah, is this your first time to see an eclipse?
It is a total eclipse. When I was a kid, I think it was an annual eclipse, but or maybe it was a lunar eclipse, but I think that was like 6th grade, so it's been too far along for me to remember.
Yeah, well, it's good that we have the clear skies. I know this morning we were thinking it's going to be cloudy. We were going to miss out. So So yeah, so clear skies. We're starting to see a little bit of that total solar eclipse, and just like he mentioned, this is a unique spot to be able to see the total solar eclipse because we can stand on both the Texas and Arkansas side to be able to view that total solar eclipse. And like we just mentioned, the partial has started, and it's about 1:46 is when we'll see the totality. It'll last about 2 minutes and 26 seconds, I believe. So it's going to be an exciting time. And again, I think we have one of the prime locations to be able to see this unique celestial event in a very unique location. Back to you guys in the studio.
Hey there, everybody. I am in Idabel, Oklahoma. It is going to be an incredible time. Sadly, the clouds have just come back as the sun was peeking out, just teasing us. We're just waiting on the moon now to get a little bit in front of it. This park behind me has been absolutely filled with people. The town of Idabel is a city of 7,000. The Chamber of Commerce told me this morning that they're expecting 30,000 here today. And the streets along Main Street, everywhere around here, has been filling up with people, taking out their telescopes, getting them fitted and ready to go, people just talking with each other about where they came from. I spoke with a couple from Munich, asked them, woher kommst du, and saying goodbye to them and telling them that this is going to be an incredible time. They said they traveled over here because Idabel was a maybe spot where the clouds might break, and we're seeing them starting to break. I see some blue skies coming out right now. So if you're in Idabel and you're thinking about coming out to see it, come over to the Gladys Hill Memorial Park and join everybody out here. People from California, people from Billings, Montana, people from Louisiana in our own backyard too, all coming to our part of the Arklatex to witness that total solar eclipse. It's pretty incredible to hear these stories of how the travel has been, how they've been coming from Dallas, flying into Oklahoma City, renting cars, driving hours and hours, staying in the local hotels, the local Airbnbs, and eating at the local restaurants to bring that big local boost of economy for this national celestial event. We're anticipating over 4 minutes of totality here, and just waiting on these clouds to peek out and that moon to show up for that beautiful black hole sun that's going to be in the sky pretty soon. We'll send it back to you in the studio there, Alex and Brittany, live in Oklahoma. I'm Madison Edwards for KTBS 3 News.
Thanks, Madison. And this is just the beginning of the moon's moment in the sun. Total eclipse is still about an hour and 15 minutes away.
This is a live look right now, the celestial show of a lifetime just getting started. We're going to take a break so we can walk outside and take a look for ourselves. Welcome back into our coverage of the 2024 total solar eclipse. And as you can see from our live cameras across the Arklatex, across the world there with NASA, CNN, and ABC, things have begun. Look at the skies over the Arklatex. We just stepped outside. You can see that eclipse starting to begin and starting to hopefully soon see some areas in totality in our region. A lot going on, of course. As I mentioned, we walked outside. It was already a cool view.
It was really cool. There were some clouds in the sky, but you could still see what's going on. So let's check in with Patrick.
Yeah, I'll take a look outside for you. And again, you got to remember, we're covering this thing not just from the perspective here in the Arklatex. We're trying to show folks what's going on a bunch of other different places too.
Right.
I know technically speaking for us across the area, we're looking at, I might be having some audio things. I think maybe my battery went dead.
Okay, well, all right, so we're having some mic issues with Patrick.
Keep talking, I'm gonna get
all right, we're going to let that get figured out. Thankfully, we have a lot of things to look at in regards to the solar eclipse, so let's get you a live look right now. This looks awesome, as you can see. Kind of a crescent moon now. I believe this is in Mexico we're seeing now, courtesy of NASA. So different parts of the country, obviously, of the world, I should say, are going to be at different stages of the eclipse as we move on. We walked outside, you could just barely see the moon peeking across right now.
Exactly, and this view is just kind of a preview of what most of the Arklatex is going to get to see. Some of it are going to get to see actual totality, while others are just going to get a partial view like this. And of course, we've got team coverage of this. Let's go to Rick right now. He's over in Atlanta, Texas.
So, Adam, I'm going to start with you, I think, on this one. Okay. Now let me get people looking at the sun. All right, we are up, okay, and I was just telling people to look at the sun. Now I wasn't kidding. What I meant, Dr. Adam Cox, is look at the sun only, not with these. Do not only have these. Right. Although they're okay for just regular viewing, but my goodness alive, it's imperative that today, when you're looking at the sun, you use those specific sunglasses. Stephen, show me the glasses real quick. These are from Willis-Knighton Eye Institute. This is Stephen Lewis. These are certified. This is what you look, and the only thing you can look at the sun with.
And make sure it says ISO 12312 on the inside flap. That means it's approved for eclipse viewing.
Okay, and you guys have given away maybe 10,000 glasses through KTBS and other businesses in town. All right, Adam Cox. What I love about Adam is you actually have a patient who did it the wrong way.
That's right.
In 2017, when this happened before, somehow he made the crazy mistake. And again, it's honest. People don't quite understand sometimes how serious it can be. What happened?
Well, he stared at the sun when it was a partial eclipse, and that's probably where the misunderstanding comes. Okay. If you have totality, then you can look briefly, but it has to be 100%. If it's not, there's too much energy from the sun going into your eye, and it will cause permanent damage. Okay. And, you know, in our area, sometimes people will say, well, what about a welding hood? You know, what about these really, really dark sunglasses? What about several pairs of sunglasses? None of those are enough. Okay. You will still have damage because the sun is so bright.
Okay. Now, here's what I want to do, right here. In fact, this is Adam's mama, and she is a beautiful lady. I want you to take those sunglasses off. All right, because you do not want to watch the sun with those on. Exactly. All right, I want you to look at the sun for the very first time and tell me what you see.
Okay. Well, for right now, unfortunately, the clouds are covering.
Clouds. You see the clouds, okay, and that's the problem we're having.
A minute ago, I could see.
A minute ago, right, and it's intermittent, and I think this is happening all over our particular viewing area. But the important news is do not look at them with the old-fashioned sunglasses like these, okay? Only these specially designed. By the way, you got a great husband, a great son. You must be a good mom. Amen. Probably a great grandma, too. I don't doubt it. This is Kathy. These folks came from Vivian, and then we've got folks here from Spring Hill. Who else? This is my Spring Hill people. Where are you guys from? Atlanta. All right, right here in Atlanta. Where are you guys from? Marshall. All right, came over from Marshall. By the way, there's a reason they're here, because they are having of course you can get the glasses for free here, and then they have door prizes. So when you show up, you sign up, and these are some of the door prizes, okay? So a lot of cool stuff. So that's one of the reasons folks are coming here. If you want to look at the sun, obviously wear the glasses, but you have an opportunity here to win a door prize and have a once-in-a-lifetime, at least in my lifetime, experience. And that is have the experience of a total solar eclipse. Miss Caroline, coming back to you.
Hey Rick, I'm here with a bunch of kindergartners from J.S. Clark Elementary. They've been just doing their stations to learn about the eclipse, so I thought I would talk to them for a second to hear some of their favorite activities and just meet some of them. So hi guys, what was your favorite thing that you just did in this gym? Anything? What are you thinking?
Us did a face mask thing.
Face mask thing?
And then us did a moon thing, and then us do this, put the thing on our face, and then put the moon thing on the moon.
Yep, true. So what's in your hand right now? Did you win that in one of the stations? What is that called? Do you know what it is?
It's a moon pie.
It's a moon pie, and these kiddos been going around. Can you guys show the camera your tattoos that you got for the eclipse? Can you show the camera right there? Look at those. That's so cool. And her sister got one too. That is really exciting. Now, we do have to switch around. They're going to bring in some more grades. These are some of the little ones, the kindergartners. But I think they all had a blast. Did you guys have fun? Yeah. Yeah? Oh, this is my... That's all right. You want to say something?
Uh-huh. I love that one over there because it's so cool to play dodgy.
Yep, that activity over there was create an eclipse. They had to pin the moon on the sun, and it's also an educational opportunity. They got to learn about what an eclipse is, and are you guys going to remember what this is forever? Yeah. Yes, I think so too. Are you excited to go see the eclipse in about an hour or so? Yes. Are you guys going to keep your glasses on, super safe? Of course, they are ready to go. They are super smart. Their teachers are awesome here at J.S. Clark Elementary. Thank you so much, kindergartners, for talking to me. I'm going to send it back to the studio to see what else is going on.
To see another moonwalk demonstration from Caroline. So we will check back in a little bit later, Caroline. Thank you for that report.
She sounds like she's having so much fun.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think everyone that's out live right now is having a lot of fun. Let's check in with Julie Parr. She's over in Texarkana.
Yes, that's right. We're having a lot of fun here in Texarkana. This is a unique location to watch this unique celestial event. I'm going to move out of the frame so you can see all of the people that have gathered here in downtown. This is the federal courthouse where people have been taking their picture standing on the state line of Texas and Arkansas, and they'll be able to have that unique experience of watching the partial eclipse turn into a total eclipse here in just about an hour, and watch that here on the state line. And you can already see people laying back and watching the moon, because you're already seeing a little bit of that partial eclipse start to happen. Again, we have several viewing spots in town, including the Four States Fair going on. They've been giving out free solar eclipse glasses as people come in today to watch it from there, as well as Spring Lake Park, and then over also in downtown Front Street Plaza. They also have a big crowd of people from all over the country and world that have been here to watch this really rare event. I guess the last time we had something similar to this was in 2017 with that partial total solar eclipse. But again, a lot of the schools are out and a lot of kids out here today to see this really amazing event. And we have people out here, as I mentioned, that will have music later and food trucks. They also have merchandise. They're selling things that say the Solarbration. They also have these solar eclipse glasses and lots of different things that you can really be able to look back on this memory of this day and this really unique experience. And so we're very excited to be here and see that total eclipse here in just about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and send it over to Madison, who's also getting to experience a very, very unique opportunity there.
Well, you know, Arklatex, the sun is just the absolute star of the show right now, but the moon has entered the scene as well. We are in Idabel, Oklahoma, and the partial eclipse has started. Everyone literally has their eyes to the sky. You can see that I've got my WKI Institute solar eclipse glasses on as well, because I just can't stop staring at it. It looks like a giant Pac-Man. A giant Pac-Man just going waka, 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 and eating that moon as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, I'm no mathematician, unlike Rick, but it looks about to be like a I want to say like a 35-degree angle at the moment, the nice looking crescent. It's absolutely incredible. So if you have the chance, come down to Gladys Hill Memorial Park in Idabel or anywhere around the Arklatex, get outside and go see this. Get your glasses on and have a great time. People have been traveling from across the country, across the world to look up at the sky just like I'm doing right now. The park behind me filled with people from California, Montana, South Dakota right next to me. Our part of the Arklatex in Louisiana, as far as Germany, Ireland as well. It's a worldwide celebration right here in our part of the country. It's an incredible time to be here. We're going to keep you guys updated as the sun gets eclipsed by that moon. We're going to have about 4 minutes over that of totality here, and I cannot wait to bring it to you. The clouds are parting, the heavens are opening up, and I'm going to send it back to the studio there with Alex and Brittany.
I think Madison's the star today. Caroline's moonwalk pretty good as well. Yeah, that was certainly a highlight.
That was great.
Patrick joining us again.
Gobbles up the moon. I mean, sun.
That was, look, it's another educational opportunity.
Is that an educational term there, Pac-Man and waka
think
waka
it
waka
is,
waka?
you know?
He gave some little math there, not as good as Rick, but he did his best. Now, Patrick, obviously, you know, as we just mentioned, we stepped outside, we got a little view of it. You're starting to see it happen, but obviously the totality aspect not here yet.
Right, and again, remember, totality is 100%. Not all areas are going to see totality. Totality, where is it going to end up being for us here and seeing it? Well, I got a graphic here we can show you right now. We've shown you this graphic many times before, and it shows you the path of it as it moves across the state of Texas. So the partial starts way early, about an hour and 20 minutes before totality goes and takes place. Now, when we get around that 142 mark, that's when we're going to start seeing it come into parts of the Arklatex, the East Texas area there, just west of Longview. Longview's not in totality. Tyler, Texas is in totality there for you. And then whenever you get up towards Atlanta, Texas. Now, Atlanta, Texas is technically like 99.93% there in the totality aspect of it in the area. And so that is what we're looking at. So you might be able to see there, another doctor said about it, they're going to have that for a period of time, but please, your best bet for you to do something is for you, have your glasses on. If you see the ring around it, that means you went into totality. You can take your glasses off, but as soon as you see that light, peek back out again, put those glasses back on again for you. And on the right-hand side of the screen, that is one of the live shots coming in, showing you what the eclipse is looking like. Right now, I'm not sure of that location for us. So, okay, KTBS camera there in Texarkana. So you're able to see that. That's what it looks like with a partial eclipse right now in the Texarkana area. So that's how things are going. The weather's the key factor. And I'll be honest, so far it's working out as expected for us. We're seeing some, that's a shot for you right now, but you're able to see those, some scattered clouds in the area there in northeast Texas, southern Arkansas. And we're even getting breaks in clouds as far south as south of I-20. So you're able to pick that up there and you're seeing that live for you. The latest visible satellite imagery that just came in a few moments ago. So that is the good part about all of this. So far it's working out. Now we can't answer the question, is it going to be like this exactly at 147 to about 142 to 147? We can't answer that because these clouds are going to move in and out, but hopefully you will have an opportunity though to check it out firsthand yourself when you are out there. Scattered clouds though all across the southern part of the United States, but as it's still early afternoon, we see a lot of the mixing in the atmosphere sometimes. And then in turn, we end up seeing those breaks in the clouds as well. But that's a nice little look. I haven't had a chance to go outside myself, but I'm going to go out in a few moments.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to another chance to go out there. And you mentioned the weather and the clouds. Now, with those cameras that we have up in Texarkana, we're giving you a great view, even if you're not able to go outside with the clouds.
And that's why we're here, in order to try to go and show you to do that, because I know some folks are wondering, why are you showing this? Why are you showing that? Well, here's the whole point of it, is that we know some folks can't get out, and we want you to see some different locations. Now, these are actually South Louisiana locations that you're seeing there. They're dealing with a lot of cloud cover there in the area. You got Natchitoches, Lake Charles, Opelousas, New Orleans there, and these are all part of our 3-tower cam network we periodically show you. They got a lot of cloud cover, though, in a lot of those locations. They were not anywhere near totality, but still a decent partial eclipse. So maybe if they get a chance to get a few breaks in those clouds, they'll have a chance to go and end up seeing it as well. But it's a great educational opportunity today. You first see Bailey's beads there when that's the sun rays going through, you know, the parts of the moon and the terrain there. Then you get the diamond that ends up forming there afterwards. And so if you promise somebody a diamond ring, go out there during the eclipse totality and say, here it is. They can't offer you anything bigger than this. And then it goes to that totality where we see that ring around it. And then when we end up seeing that ring around it, that is when you can take the glasses off and look at it. I'm hoping maybe for a little bit of as far as you know, some activity. Now this is actually, looks like down in Mexico, I do believe. So that's in Mexico. So Mexico area, they are getting very close to totality in some areas down there, but we actually do not see it entering the U.S. mainland area, South Texas, in totality until we get at some point in time. I'm going to look back here. I'm cheating just a little bit, guys. I'm looking back at my graphics to go and show you. Around 127, that is when totality crosses the Rio Grande into Texas at 127. So that's when all the really cool activities are really going to get underway across areas here in the southern part of the United States. And that's when we're really going to be able to get an idea of the storm, not the storm. You got to realize real fast, I got storms in the area. I got storms in the area coming up here later on today. So my brain's all over the place with it. But the eclipse is coming in totality, moving on up there into the Texarkana area. Texarkana at around 146.26 with totality going on there in that area. But look, this is a cool educational opportunity for us today to see it and hopefully have a chance to see it, guys.
And Patrick, I know earlier today we were kind of talking about the two different types of cloud cover.
Right.
Can you kind of break those down again for everyone?
So really and truly what we do with a lot of times, and again, we're looking live for you right now, Texarkana. This is a live shot for you of the partial solar eclipse underway. Totality is still coming up there roughly around 146 or so, and they'll have a little more than 2 minutes of totality there with it.
That's the Pac-Man.
Huh?
That's the Pac-Man.
Waka waka. But that's the Pac-Man. That actually looks like the sun gobbling up the moon, not the other one. Right. So really, what you got here is that you end up having here, you said the clouds. We have lower level clouds, higher level clouds, okay? Lower level clouds have been the cloud cover there that we've been watching to erode away. And that typically will happen a lot of times this time of the year with the weather pattern that we have going on. And they can play havoc with the forecast overall, but those clouds have been breaking apart a little bit. I think after this eclipse is over with, we're going to start to see a lot of these lower level clouds and all start to billowing up into cumulus clouds. They're going to tower up in the air, and that's going to lead to our thunderstorm possibilities. Then we have higher level cirrus clouds. They were around, but they're not around super thick. And that's something we've been talking about the past several days also. If we can keep those cirrus clouds, the high level ones, thin enough, we get a break in those lower level clouds, you'll have an opportunity to see it. It's all about location, location, location of where you are, and location, location, location on where the clouds ended up breaking. We still have basically about 50 minutes or so until we get close to totality moving across the state of Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. There's no place in Louisiana near it, but that three-state area right up there at the tip of Caddo Parish where it meets southern Arkansas, northeast Texas area there, where they call three states, they'll be close, but they're not going to quite be there just yet. You got to jump over the state line into Texas or Arkansas to have a better chance of going and seeing it. But again, everything is still okay. When I say it like that, I say also because we're joking around about what's going to happen today. It's going to disrupt. By the way, it's going to disrupt things. It only is going to disrupt things over in Texas and those areas where everybody's crowded in and they've overdone and taken away from the infrastructure and all.
Right.
That's
so
what
like
happened.
a big event.
The eclipse itself doesn't do any of this. Doesn't do any of this at all.
Well, you briefly mentioned we got about 30 seconds left. It is going to be a busy, busy day for you guys in the weather department.
Total different story there, yeah. So yeah, make sure, by the way, too, if you're out viewing this and if you know loved ones and family that went over into Texas to view it, please tell them to check the weather, because after this is over with, we fire things up a completely different way, unfortunately, and we could be in store for a significant severe weather event starting as early as late this afternoon or tonight. But enjoy the eclipse, and we'll make sure to keep you up to date on everything else too.
Yeah, we have another hour of eclipse coverage heading your way right after this. Millions of people across North America coming together to view a celestial show like no other.
Our team is everywhere from Atlanta, Texas, Texarkana, Shreveport, and even Idabel, Oklahoma to bring you the sights and sounds. Our coverage extends across America and outer space as we bring you live looks from NASA's point of view.
And at the very beginning stages of the eclipse now, the first area in the Arklatex to hit totality, Atlanta, Texas.
And we've still got about an hour until we're live in 4 locations across Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma to bring you this historic event. Let's check in with Rick Rowe.
Hey, Brittany, I tell you what, it's beginning to grow. Oh, wow, look at the audience. My goodness, I had no idea I was this popular. Look at all the folks that came out to Atlanta, Texas just to meet me. Ha, ha, ha. They're here for the eclipse. A lot of folks here. My goodness alive. Adam Cox, this is Family Eye Care Clinic. That's Main Street, Atlanta, Texas. Yes, boy, I tell you what, folks, a lot of folks coming. What I love about Adam is Adam is one of those few people that actually has seen what can happen when you do this wrong.
Sure. So I have a patient that had seen me a few years ago from 2017 who did stare at the eclipse. It was a partial eclipse in this area and suffered a burn to the inside of his eye. And now has constant complaints of a dark spot in the middle of his vision in one of his eyes. It's an irreversible
can't fix it.
Damage. It's not gonna go away. Won't get worse, but it's not gonna get better.
All right, look, I just bought some really nice sunglasses from your place. Really nice sunglasses from his place. Can I just look at it with these?
No, sir. You cannot.
Really?
No. Nothing is going to be able to.
I mean, these are really nice.
Sure.
I think you charged me like $350 for these.
It's going to be great on the lake, driving everywhere else, but not staring at the sun.
Okay. All right. So that's key, folks. You cannot use these. All right. Now, there's some novelty here. This thing has been hugely popular, billions of dollars in economic benefit for this path of totality. These two, I think, very clever. Got these T-shirts. That is got to be the Falcon Monster, right? Got to be.
Falcon Monster.
Bigfoot, Falcon Monster, who knows what it is, but I love the idea. And, of course, the date, 4/8/24. Why'd you do that?
Because, like they say, it's once in a lifetime.
Yes.
Same that they said in 2017,
Yeah.
once in a lifetime.
There you go.
But
and
just wanted to document.
I think that you've got several more in your lifetime. Once in a lifetime for me and some of these folks like Miss Cox. All right, Miss Cox, look. There it is. It just... All right, here's what I want you guys to do. Get ready. All right, I want you to stare at that and tell me what you see.
All right, you can see the sun, but you can see the moon. It's coming over the lower right side, and it's almost halfway in front of the sun. It's
Really?
awesome. Yes.
Have you ever seen anything quite like that?
No, I have not.
I tell you what, I love that. All right, let's come over. We got my people from Spring Hill back here. Take those glasses off, the bad ones. Put the good ones on. Take those off and tell me what you see. Look right at the sun. Did it go away? Probably did. That's been our life.
Away.
All right,
It's gone away.
All right. But it's been pretty cool, right?
Nice.
And about halfway covered already.
Yes.
And what's interesting, it gives you an idea of the power of the sun. Even with halfway covered, there's really no difference in terms of the light here. It's coming back. It's coming back. All right, here we go. Tell me what you see. What do you think?
It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Isn't that cool?
Yes, it is.
All right, my people here, tell me what you see.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
All right, y'all are from Atlanta. Marshall. I knew that. I was checking if you remembered where you were from. That was very good. Pretty cool.
Somebody bit the moon.
How about that? It does kind of look like a bite of cheese. That's a good one. All right, I want to mention, by the way, if you come to Atlanta, and by the way, we're at Family Eye Care Clinic. That's Main Street. So we're right outside of Atlanta, actually within Atlanta. You can get free glasses. Come over here, and also you get to sign up for a drawing. So, and we're talking about free prizes. Here they are. You got a joke book. You've got a battery for your phone. You've got a lot of cool stuff right here. And we have some folks that are excited. Hey, are y'all excited about what's about to happen? Yeah. Woo! Come on down. We can't wait. Come on, Solar Eclipse. We're ready. Coming back to you.
Thanks, Rick. And Alex, Patrick, and I all jumped outside just a few minutes ago to take a look, and it is so neat to see. You have to experience it.
It is, and actually part of it's over your shoulder right now, and I want to say that's probably the one coming in from our Texarkana view for us, and it looks pretty close to that for it. I mean, a little bit off there some, but that gives you a little bit of an idea, and that's that live look we're taking a look at right now.
Wow.
And we like the description, though, earlier of the Pac-Man description there of the sun gobbling up the moon right now. So I thought what we might do here is, again, give you a little bit of an idea of what's going on and go over our timeline for you, too, as far as our different locations of the Arklatex where we have our reporters spread out across the area. Idabel, Oklahoma is going to be the area right there, folks, right in the path of it. Their partial eclipse already kicked in. They're going to reach totality starting at 1:45, so they got 40 minutes before they get totality there in southern parts of Oklahoma, and they're going to be under totality for about 4 minutes and 19 seconds, which is pretty cool, though. Then you got Atlanta, Texas, where Rick happens to be. They're under partial, and I don't know, they might have needed to go by and outside also a chiropractor place, because I got a funny feeling a lot of folks are going to need help with their necks after staring up there for quite a period of time. They're going to reach 99.97% there of totality at 1:47. So that's coming up there probably in just over that about 42 minutes from right now. That's what they're going to have there for you. And then in Shreveport, we do not technically reach totality. We go 98.17%. But I will tell you, we just went outside. It's pretty cool to look for yourself if you want to. 12:27 for you for us as far as the partial. It's already started. We'll get to about that 1:47 mark there as far as getting the peak in Texarkana, where Julie happens to be. And that, I'll tell you what, Texarkana, the Texas side, the Arkansas side, they've been planning their big celebration there, the Solarbration up there in Texarkana. And this is a big deal, folks, not just Texarkana, but so many places along the path of totality there. It's a big economic thing, too. I'm glad to see that we're able to go and get some shots out of some of these particular areas. And totality there is going to reach about 1:48 p.m. and it's going to, that's totality. Total eclipse starts at 1:46, and they'll have 2 minutes and 24 seconds there in the Texarkana area. So, folks, everything's getting just underway. We're getting those breaks in the clouds here in the Arklatex. Nice to see. You know, like I said, it's a game time decision. Coach, put me in. Well, in this case here, it's put that eclipse out there, too, for you as well. So we're going to have other images to go and show you as well. I know they're reaching totality there for us right now in Mexico. And so, Mazatlan, Mexico. I'm going to say it close enough there with it. Yeah, so they're right now at that very outer ring there with it. They're not quite there. They're getting ready to get it for you. And they're probably going to be a little bit of more of a glow there that you're all of a sudden going to start seeing there with the as far as the beads there. And then we got the diamond ring. We're not going to get to see that here where we are in Shreveport. Right. But if the clouds hold off some over in East Texas and Arkansas and Oklahoma, they will have a chance to see something there that is pretty darn cool there. And they are getting closer and closer to getting towards that totality aspect there in Mexico. But once again, this is a live shot for you going on for it. So I think, do I need to go? Because I think we're about to go live somewhere else. Okay, we're going to do that. So we're going to go live right now to Caroline to see what in the world she's up to at one of our local schools here in Shreveport. And they're reaching totality, guys.
Yeah, let's go to Caroline.
Hey guys, so I'm out here live at J.S. Clark Elementary School. When we moved outside, they have all of their stations and activities in the gym, but I got really excited about this eclipse because we are seeing some breaks in at least the low cloud cover. Yes, there's still some high clouds moving through, but we can see through them right now. A good rule of thumb is just throw on your glasses, go look at the sun, make sure those glasses, of course, are ISO certified. It'll say it inside on the earpiece, and you'll be able to see it at least through some of the high clouds. Now, there are some darker, lower clouds. We were anticipating that, and when we first walked outside a few minutes ago, we couldn't see anything, and I got the text from you guys at the station saying you went outside and saw it, and I was really jealous because I want to experience it too, and we luckily Mother Nature cooperated. Now, the kiddos are going to come outside soon, and they're going to get all of their glasses, and they're going to put them on, and so they can safely view the eclipse. Keyword, safely view it. Super important. Even with the clouds, people think that they're fine, but if you can see the sun through these glasses, then it's not safe for you to look at with your eyes. It's not safe in general, but that's just a rule of thumb when we're dealing with the cloudy conditions. Now, I'm hoping Mother Nature continues to cooperate. Like you guys were saying, we aren't in that totality, so it's only about 98, I think it's 98.17 specifically here in Shreveport, and it does peak at least around 147, 148, and we're going to be out here. We're going to be watching with the kiddos, experiencing it, hoping that the clouds, the low clouds that is, stay away from the area. Hopefully the rain stays away too. I've been looking at the radar. I think we're okay, at least here in Shreveport as of right now, so we can get all these kiddos outside. But the one thing I wish we were in totality, because it actually cools off a little bit when you're in that path of totality as the moon covers the sun. And it's a little bit humid, it's a little bit muggy out here, but it's still an amazing experience so far. I can't wait for all of the kids to do it. And if you're outside at home, or you're at home, go outside, put your glasses on, and start to see this happen. Everyone was saying what it looks like to them. I think it looks like a little bit of a croissant or a crescent roll. That's what the sun looks like to me. But for now, I'm going to send it back to the studio. See you later.
All right, Caroline, we'll certainly do that. You saw that live look at Mexico. They have reached totality there. Incredible views. We're soon going to see a very similar scene in Texarkana.
Exactly. That is where our Julie Parr is, and let's check in with her live right now. Hey, Julie.
Yes. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Alex. Yeah, we have a big crowd here at the state line. U.S. Post Office and federal courthouses is a great spot to be able to view that total solar eclipse coming up here in just a little bit. And because it is unique, you can stand in Texas and Arkansas at the same time. And we have a big crowd. As we mentioned, we have people from all over the country and the world here to see this celestial event. And we also have with us SWEPCO. I have Jennifer Harland here with us. You have a table here. Tell us why you came out to be with the community and give some people some education about this.
So it's just a wonderful opportunity to partner with the community and celebrate this great and awesome celestial event, and also share a message of safety, not just electric safety, but also how to view the eclipse safely. We prepared some pinhole projectors. This is a giant version, and we have some at the table. So if you're here, please come by. We have both in English and Spanish, and there's instructions on the back. It just gives everyone a different way to view the eclipse.
Yeah, I know everybody's got their glasses, but they're also being able to view it this way as well. You have a lot of kids out of school, and I'm sure they recognize somebody behind us. This is Louis the Lightning Bug.
Louis the Lightning Bug, yes. The kids love Louis. He visits the schools and does educational shows and interjects with the classes, and you can see Louis is always popular. Kids want to have an opportunity to get a photo with Louis. So we're just really excited to be here and just looking forward to a great eclipse and no clouds.
I know. He's definitely a bright spot out here.
Yes,
yeah.
he is.
And we have the clouds starting to move a little bit. We've already been able to see the partial solar eclipse. So we're looking forward to that totality time coming up, which will be about a total of 2 minutes and 26 seconds, I believe. So very excited to see that. Again, unique spot here to see a very unique and rare event here in Texarkana. We're going to go ahead and send it over to Madison Edwards, who is in Oklahoma.
Oh, hey, Arkansas, Texans, see you there. I'm just staring at the sun. Just like Caroline, the moon is walking across the sun right now. We said it looks like Pac-Man, like a slice of cheese, a croissant. I think right now it looks like a boomerang, and it's looking really, really cool out there. Crescent moon shaped right now. Idabel is incredible. City of 7,000 experiencing 30,000 tourists for that path of totality, that total eclipse of the Arklatex. People from Germany, from California, as far as Montana, Idaho, coming to this part of the country to get away from the clouds. And the clouds have broken. I have been looking up at the sky, just enjoying the show. It's been going from just that little itty bitty bit when the clouds broke, now to it's getting close to halfway up there. And now it's pretty incredible. And the other thing that is incredible is all the people out here with their telescopes, with their cameras. Everyone's wearing eyeglasses protection and having a great time. This park behind me was absolutely empty this morning at around 6:15, 6:30, and then the people just kept coming in droves, car after car after car, person after person, family after family, all traveling, flying into Dallas, flying into Oklahoma City to rent cars, rent Airbnbs, rent hotels in our area and support our local economy. From the Chamber of Commerce to the mayor's office, everyone here at Idabel has been preparing for months to get these people an exciting show show, and the show right now is absolutely delivering. I mean, we were worried that the clouds would not break earlier today, but they seem to have just rolled out now, and we are getting to experience this partial eclipse totality going to last for us over about 4 minutes. 4 minutes in darkness during the day. It's incredible. So we're going to be keeping an eye on things to the skies, and we'll let you know what's going on over here in Idabel, Oklahoma. For KTBS 3 News in Idabel, Oklahoma, I'm Madison Edwards. Back to y'all in the studio, Alex and Brittany.
You know, Madison's having so much fun. I know how much he loves his Airbnb up there as well, so I don't think we're ever going to see Madison again. I think he's just going to stay in Idabel.
He can be our bureau reporter.
Yeah, how about that? I'm sure he'd love it. Hey, we're going to take a break. We're going to step outside, take a look at the eclipse, and if you're going to do the same, make sure you have your glasses.
Stay with us.
Welcome back one more time, everybody. We continue our coverage of our 2024 total eclipse in the Arklatex. And a matter of fact, we're taking a look at a variety of different cameras. Some perhaps might be here, others elsewhere for us. Now, more than likely, because I can't see everything here perfectly here in front of me because the distance far away from me, bottom right-hand corner, that is totality. Somebody tell me where that is, if you don't mind, there from the control room. That's Del Rio, Texas there for you. And that is it, folks. That is what it looks like at totality for you. Folks in Del Rio, Texas are able to go and take their glasses off and take a look at this phenomenon there, this total eclipse that's going on down there in Del Rio, Texas. It's in the process of crossing across now on into the Lone Star State there in some locations. So that's totality has started now for you. Now, this one is probably, is this still Texarkana? I'm making a wild guess. Texarkana for us. This is from within the Arklatex. Texarkana, you still have a little ways to go for totality. However, you are in partial solar eclipse right now, and you are in partial. Now we are in Mexico, back and down in Mexico. Totality is still underway. You see the corona there on the outside edges of it. And what is so cool is being able to watch something like this and to see if there's any type of, coronal mass ejections. Now, those are the things, the solar flares, storms on the sun that erupt out, and those would in turn create phenomenon that does affect our communication system sometimes. They do help create the northern lights that you've heard of before for us. But the eclipse itself, does not affect communications is just because of how we are overwhelming the system out there, perhaps in parts of Texas and Arkansas and Oklahoma and further on up towards the northeast. But again, this is coming to you now from NASA. This is coming from Mexico. They are in totality there with it, which is so cool to see. So folks there are able to take off their glasses and look at that and be able to see it. Because if you leave your glasses on, you wouldn't be able to see a whole lot of it. It's not going to damage your eyes during totality. Now, if you're in Shreveport, don't take your glasses off if you were in Shreveport. So you don't want to go and end up doing that. But if you're in areas that hits totality, such as Tyler, Texas, Mount Pleasant, Texas, Idabel, DeQueen, Texarkana, those areas there, you can take your glasses off whenever you hit totality. Totality, though, for you in areas like Texarkana doesn't start till 146. 146 it doesn't start. And again, you're looking at Mexico for you for right now. So this shows you the graphic I have up there for you as far as Texarkana. You're under a partial. 146 it starts. Lasts for 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Peak is at 148. Totality ends at 149.20. Then you put back on your glasses, okay? So remember that. We also have Shreveport. Shreveport will not technically ever get to totality, but 98.1%, 17%, that's pretty good. For us. And actually, Alex had gone back outside. You're still able to see it out there with it? Did you go back? Okay, so
yeah, it looks great. The cloud's kind of breaking right now. You can have a great view in Shreveport right now if you go look.
Okay, so you have that that's for us there. It's actually partials underway at peaks in Shreveport at 147.16. Atlanta, Texas, where Rick Rowe happens to be there, 12:27. It's already started. 147 is the peak. Now, I will tell you, you've heard a couple of things there being said. Rick alluded to it too and said it. I have 99.97%. Rick has 99.93%. I know the doctors are saying, though, it's a total eclipse for a minute or so. If the doctor's telling you there to do something, that's fine. I'm going to go with what the doctors say with it. But I'm trying to tell you, if you're in Atlanta or further southward, be very, very careful in taking your glasses off. But they are the experts there, so I'm going to leave that to them. They're on the ground with Rick for you. Bottom line is that if you have questions about taking your glasses off, then don't take your glasses off for you. This is a live look for us, by the way. I believe it would be Texarkana once again for us, and that's how things are looking there. So it's like the moon is gobbling up the sun, or the sun gobbling up the moon, one way or the other. And in this case here, it looks like we are past the halfway point of seeing it. It's going to continue to pass from that bottom right up towards the top left there, and that is a new moon. That's a new moon for you there. The other side of the moon's all lit up, but we can't see that side of the moon. And so it's a new moon going in front of the sun right now, and it's passing in front of it, which is a pretty cool thing going on. So we're going to continue, everybody. The partial solar eclipse in some areas, total in others. We'll have more for you straight ahead.
We are oh so close to the moment of a lifetime, and we're taking a live look in Mexico now. You see that totality is here.
That is actually Junction City, Texas.
Oh, so we're even closer.
Exactly. It is finally in the United States. Look at that. That is Indianapolis. They're seeing a partial eclipse right now, but the first place to see an almost total solar eclipse in our viewing area where we have people out live is Atlanta, Texas, and that is where we find our Rick Rowe. Let's check in with him now.
Hey, them on. So take your real sunglasses off. Hey, I tell you what, I've been telling everybody what to do. I'm good at that because we're getting close to totality. So take your regular sunglasses off, everybody. All right, the ones that won't work, including those, Taylor. All right, now Taylor is, we call her the Sunshine Goddess. She's been dancing, and you did pretty good. We got a lot of folks here from all the way from Vivian, all the way from Spring Hill. My goodness, from amazing. All right, now everybody, I want you to put the glasses on together. We have the sun. Taylor, for the very first time, tell me what you see.
I see an eclipse!
Wow, and you're breaking into dance, right? Isn't that what we planned? There you go. I love it. I love it. All right. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see.
It looks like Pac-Man.
I like that. All right, that's good. That's a young person's. What do you see?
Just a sliver.
Just a sliver. Wow, so it's almost there.
Yes.
All right, real quick, Dr. Alan Cox, Adam Cox, Family Eye Care Clinic. You guys are doing something I think is pretty cool. Giving away stuff.
Great day, and we got prizes, so that attracts more people.
Boy, it does.
So we got
prizes.
a really cool bamboo cutting board that Willis Knott and I brought
All right, so
to
everybody
us.
that came out today signed up. Let's come over here and reach in there. This is for the prize. All right, everybody listen up. Got a cutting board.
Charlie Edwards.
Charlie! Woo! Charlie, way to go, brother! Again, this is Family Eye Care Clinic. They're associated with Willis Knight and Eye Institute. Stephen Lewis, all right, brother. We're getting close, buddy. Look up there and tell me what you see. I see the eclipse. Oh. And you broke into dance, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew I couldn't push you that far. All right. Really important. We got folks here with regular sunglasses. And especially when there's cloud cover, you kind of look up there with cloud cover and you think, oh, that's cool. No.
Anytime you're not in totality, you have to wear the special eclipse glasses the full time.
All right, Alan, real quick. Adam. All right, you know, because you have a patient that did it the wrong way.
True.
What happened?
They have a spot permanently in their central vision that they cannot see out of. And It's like you have a dark portion in the middle of everyone's face that you look at, every word you look at, you cannot see the center of what you're looking at.
So you're not kidding. You have firsthand knowledge that there is damage, folks, when you look at the sun.
And that patient has great regrets from looking just for those, minutes of time that we can't get back.
Because you can't fix it. This is one of those things, you guys, you can do wonders, but you can't fix that. All right. And again, we'd love for you to come out. Look at all the folks here. Can y'all wave? Having a good time? Excited? We're getting very close. How close are we, Stephen, to totality? You told me 147?
We're 20 minutes away.
20 minutes away. And I'm hoping, I've been bragging that I thought we were going to be first. I'm not sure it's going to be really close. Texarkana, us, I'm not sure. But hey, look, we're number one, right? Are we number one? Amen. So if you want to see this thing, come to Atlanta. Coming back to y'all.
Thanks, Rick. And Rick is not the only live reporter out. We have live reporters at all different states in the Arklatex: Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and right here in Louisiana.
Yeah, and even though here in Shreveport we're not in the path of totality, still plenty of cool things to look at and an opportunity to educate the youth about this solar event. That's where we find our Caroline Castora. She's at J.S. Clark Middle School.
Hi guys, so this is just such an exciting event. I know I'm a little bit biased, I'm a meteorologist, I'm a scientist, but just standing out here and seeing people walk outside, put their glasses on and just be in awe of what's happening right now. I know people who have never seen one before, like our cameraman. He was so excited when he first put them on, and that's the case all over. And we had some kids walk out a little bit ago. They did have to go back into class, but they were just smiling so big, looking at the sky, saying, I see it, I see the moon going in front of the sun. And I know a lot of people were skeptical or didn't really understand why we were making such a big deal for this event or why it was so exciting. but just experience it. It's something that is impacting millions of people across the United States. It's something so much bigger than we are. It's the moon and the sun, and it's the solar system. It's crazy to think about how large of a scale this event actually is. And I want to also mention, you need your glasses. Right now we do have some clouds moving in front of the sun, a little bit of lower cloud cover, and so it did obscure it just a little bit, but I promise there's been breaks in the clouds, and you've been able to see it really clearly through these glasses, of course. And with the glasses, I want to emphasize you can't really see anything with the glasses except for this eclipse happening. So try not to do any activities outside with your glasses on like I'm going to do right now, because I can't see anything right now. I can't see the camera in front of me, but if I turn and I look to the sky, I can see the eclipse clearly, depending on the cloud cover. So don't try to do anything too crazy. Just stand there and enjoy this event. I can't wait for all these kids to come out here. I can't wait to see how excited they're going to be. I hope that we can share that excitement with you. I'm sure we will, but for now, I'm going to send it back to the studio. The weather's cooperating for the most part, better than I expected, thankfully, because this has been a spectacular experience so far.
All right, Caroline, glad you and our Daniel Brown are having such a good time there. And, you know, we talk about how schools are taking advantage of this event. People across the world are doing just that.
Exactly. In Arkansas, they're actually having a mass wedding there. Hundreds of couples are traveling to the small town to take part in a mass wedding. Could you imagine sharing your wedding date not only with a total eclipse, but with hundreds of other people?
I could not imagine.
That is crazy. But also going on in Arkansas, we have our Julie Parr over in Texarkana. They have this Solar-bration. This event is massive. It's been in the works for a long time. Julie, how's it looking out there?
Well, we just started to have some cloud cover just as you were coming to me, but we've been able to see that partial solar eclipse for quite some time now. We're getting ready for the total solar eclipse here in a little bit. And we are in a prime location here on State Line because we can watch it in 2 states at one time in one location. So this is really exciting. And as you mentioned, a lot of school kids out today taking advantage of being able to see the total solar eclipse here in Texarkana. And I'm hanging out with Zoe. Come on in with me. Zoe, so excited for you to be here. Are you excited to see the total solar eclipse? Show me on your shirt. You were showing me what you're gonna see.
We're gonna see when it goes pitch black, it has a little sun. Then when it's right now, it has like a little crescent.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing right now. Yeah.
Then when it's done, it goes like how it started.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's the corona around there. Yeah.
It starts when it then it ends right here.
Have you ever seen a solar eclipse?
No, it's my first time.
Well, that's very exciting. It'll be a long time before you see one again.
Mm-hmm.
And you're here with your family?
Yes.
So you got your solar eclipse classes. Okay, all right. Well, I hope you have a great time. And again, we're in a prime location. We're sitting here on the state line. There's several locations across Texarkana. At Spring Lake Park, the 4 States Fair is going on. Have you been out there yet? Oh. Well, that's also going on, and they have free solar eclipse glasses there, and a big crowd here in downtown, as well as across the way over in Front Street Plaza. Just a lot of people really enjoying this great event. Everybody just anticipation, waiting for that total solar eclipse. We are too. We can't wait, can we, Zoe?
And some people around the world are here.
That's right. There's people from all around the world here to watch it right here in Texarkana. We're going to go ahead and send it back to you guys in the studio.
That view that was right next to Julie there, that was Del Rio, Texas. Complete totality there. You could see that pitch black sky as the moon came across.
It was really cool how you saw the little beads right before it went pitch black.
Yeah, that was amazing. Now, they're going to get that view in Texarkana, but at the same time, they're going to be looking at it in Idabel, Oklahoma. Our Madison Edwards has definitely had his eyes on the skies, and he does again. He has more for us from Oklahoma.
Eyes on the sky in Idabel, Oklahoma right now. The moon has been just creeping along and the clouds have thankfully broken. You know, the crazy thing is it was getting warm out here. Caroline was saying it was muggy and humid in Shreveport. It was a little bit of the same over here in Idabel, but now we are feeling the temperature start to drop as totality starts to get over here. 4 minutes of totality, that temperature will drop. The sun will be blocked completely. It's going to be incredible. I haven't seen a total solar eclipse in my lifetime, so this is going to be my first one. I'm excited. I've been just geeking out about this the entire time, putting my sunglasses on, staring at the sky, talking with people around here who've been coming from around the world. Absolutely incredible to see them all coming to support this little part of the Arklatex in Idabel, Oklahoma. It's a town of 7,000. There are 30,000 people here, tourists that have stayed in local hotels, local Airbnbs, eating at local restaurants, giving that boost to our local economy. And the greatest thing about it is that everyone's been talking about how they saw the solar eclipse in 2017, and that just started a movement for them. They wanted to see it again and again and again. People have plans to go see it in Africa in 2044 already, just years away. So people are so excited and they're thrilled to be able to see the clouds part, to watch the heavens open up and witness this incredible celestial event. And right now in Idabel, the clouds look like they're far away. So we have about 15 minutes, I believe, until totality, and we are so excited to see it. I'll keep you guys updated over here in Idabel, Oklahoma. For KTVS 3 News, I'm Madison Edwards. Back to you in the studio, Alex and Brittany.
Thanks, Madison.
Yeah, matter of fact here, we're about to go to Texarkana, I do believe, here for us. So we may go back down to South Texas because Texarkana is getting very, very close, folks, to entering totality up in that particular area. And it's going to be pretty cool to watch and end up seeing them get close to it. I believe earlier on we were looking at Del Rio, Texas, and I think maybe that camera shot there. And is this still Texarkana? I believe it might still be. It might be a little tough to see. Yeah, so that's Texarkana for you. It's getting very, very close to reaching totality there. And right whenever you get ready to reach totality there with it, it's sort of going to get like dark really fast because you've covered up almost the entire edge of it there. Now, this is Del Rio coming out of totality. So the ring's on the other opposite side now for it. They are dealing with some cloud cover down there, but still able to get through those clouds just enough to be able to go and end up seeing it. And this is where you put your glasses back on, obviously, too. So you go from typically that little glow on the horizon, if you're entering, like Texarkana's getting ready to enter it, you're going to have that glow, then it's going to go dark for a moment. And then after it goes dark, the whole thing's going to light up on the outer edges of it, and that's the corona that you're looking at. But now we are looking at the sort of totality has officially ended there in Del Rio, Texas. We're going to eventually start seeing more light come out there on the right side there of the moon. It gets brighter and brighter. And I think at times that cloud cover sort of enhances it in places as those clouds move on top of. But areas of the Arklatex getting ready, we've been real fortunate. The cloud cover for us has really been breaking apart, and a lot of the Arklatex, a good chunk of the Arklatex right now from DeSoto Parish northward, has been able to go and end up seeing at least part of this partial solar eclipse there for us, and that's what we've been looking at so far. But again, like I made mention of, we are getting ready to enter it. Idabel, 145, your totality is going to kick in there. Atlanta, Texas, your peak is going to be at 147. For you, Shreveport, your peak is going to be at 147 also. And in Texarkana area, your peak is at 148, but it starts at 146 in 10 minutes. So this is actually, I've been told, outside of our studios here in Shreveport, where we are getting close to it. We're not going to quite get there. Not going to quite get there, folks, but it's probably going to get dark for it, because you think of it this way: the other places are totality, they get a little ring on the outer edge of it. Shreveport's just going to have a little slither on the outside of it. So, and to give you an idea too, is that looking at all this stuff, if you're outside in some cases, you can feel a temperature difference. Right. I've not looked at it. I'm sorry. I'm going to look at it here in just a minute to get a trending idea of what it's been like. I haven't looked at it so far, but I'll be able to put a graph of it for us later on, is what the temperature did. Temperatures can drop 5 to 8 or 10 degrees in a total solar eclipse. And if I was anybody right now, if you are out, you're on a farm or something like that over in East Texas, you know what? I want you to keep listening to us. On the other hand, though, too, I want you to go outside. Yeah, right. I want you to listen to nature. Listen to nature. And again, you're looking live here for us at our KTBS camera here in Shreveport, okay? Wow. That's what you're looking at right there. But if you're out in a rural area, go outside, listen to nature. See if the animals act different. If if the cows start mooing or something like that. I mean, listen to the birds, because they think it's twilight. And the cool thing is, too, where you have totality, you have a 360 degree, as far as twilight. And so what we're saying there is that it looks equally spread on all horizons of a twilight, 360 degrees there. You're not going to quite get that for us there in Shreveport as you're looking live outside right now, but you will get awfully close of getting dark because I'm very eager in a commercial break for me to take 30 seconds and run outside, do that there. So, my producer just told me we can take a break. So I'm going to be able to stick my head outside and go see what it looks like. Again, live coverage for you, 2024 total eclipse. The clouds are cooperating. Enjoy it, everybody. We'll be right back.
Welcome back into coverage of the 2024 total eclipse, and as you can tell from our live cameras, the moment we've all been waiting for is here. Minutes away from totality here in the Arklatex. You're looking at live cameras from all across our area, including in Shreveport, where we just stepped outside with Patrick. It is getting a little darker despite not hitting that 100% totality.
It is. It's also feeling a little bit cooler, and we are just minutes away from the big event. Let's check in with Rick Rowe. He is over in Atlanta, Texas, which is the first live camera that we have that is going to hit totality. Hey, Rick, how's it going there?
Why am I? Oh, I tell you what. I tell you what. I tell you what. Listen, listen, listen. Hey, listen up. We're getting close. These are my people. I tell you what, they came all the way from Vivian and Spring Hill and even Rodessa to Atlanta, Texas. And they're excited, even though it's gotten a little cloudy, folks. I got to be honest with you, at least here, Alan. Now, Adam, let's talk a little bit, because you and I have both done what we told everybody else not to do. Looked up real quick. Oh, there it is.
Right.
Not good.
Because of the cloud cover, you're having difficulty seeing with these glasses, and so through the clouds, you still have the same damage. You could think of, if you were outside and it was cloudy, you're still going to be sunburned.
Yes.
If you were on snow, you can't not get a sunburn even if it's cloudy.
Yes.
It's the same. The penetration of the rays are still coming.
Even with the clouds, and you are tempted, like right now, I really want to do that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do this, okay? All right, Stephen Lewis, how you guys, Willis Knight and Eye Institute, wanted to get involved in this. You've got all the, look at that, we got a big crowd all the way from Rodessa. Come on, man, way to go. You guys got power. Tell me why you wanted to be a part of this.
Well, obviously, it's an eye vision event.
Right.
And for us to be able to partner, we wanted to come to Totality, which is where we are in Atlanta.
Yes.
And the family eye care doctors have been very, they refer patients to us on a regular
Yes,
basis, and their
yes.
quality of care is
Amen.
the utmost.
Okay.
So we reached out to them to see if they wanted to partner with us to host this event.
All right, how far are we from Totality? You've been my man all
4 minutes.
4 minutes. I'll tell you this, it's already gotten darker. I can't tell if that's the cloud cover, but it seems more than that. I suspect it's beginning to dim anyway. So even if we had cloud cover, you think we're still going to have something?
Oh, absolutely. If you can't see it, you'll certainly be able to feel it because the temperature is going to drop about 15 degrees.
15 degrees. I'm told that, whoa, there's a little bit of a breeze. Now, I don't know if that's because of that or whatever. Maybe that's just one of those things that happens. But I'm told there's a little wind that moves. The crickets, now we're next to the main street here. I'm not sure we're going to hear any crickets. But I've heard there are various phenomena that happen at Totality.
Absolutely. The animals start behaving differently. They might even start, howling, some dogs, because it's a disruption to their natural day.
I got to tell you, folks, it is definitely getting darker here. Okay, again, unfortunately, we do have some cloud cover. But I got my people. Are you still keeping the faith? Yes. 3 minutes. We are live having some fun. We want to be #1 in Atlanta, Texas, and we still are. Woo! Coming back to y'all. We're #1. I'm telling you.
We're looking at Texarkana right now and seeing all of these live shots from our amazing Tower Cam network and our Eclipse Cam network that we have all across the Arklatex. It makes me want to go outside and look again.
Yeah, I know. We keep trying to steal a couple minutes to get out there and look. Shout out to our Randy Bain. He's been kind of in charge of setting up these cameras. I mean, look at this shot from Texarkana. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, you're seeing this on the national level, a shot like this as that Totality reaches so close, minutes away now, Patrick, from the moment everyone's waiting for.
Right, and Texarkana is going to enter the total eclipse here coming up at 1:46:56. So the deal of it is there in a second there when we go back full screen. I want to stay on that for a moment. The reason is this. I want to see how it goes completely dark. Then all of a sudden that corona pops back up again. And so you were looking, I guess this might be it. It might be, now it's right there, but I think some clouds are interfering with it also, is what we might be seeing here, is a little bit of cloud cover. And we're adjusting our cameras too to try to see it as well out there. But that's what's going on with it at this moment. We're getting very, very close to reaching that totality aspect of it. Now, down in the where Rick was in Atlanta, they'll go at about 1:47. And then if you're up where our Madison Edwards is playing Pac-Man video games, I think, or at least comparing this to Pac-Man, they're going to start it there at 1. Actually, their total eclipse is 1:45:23. So the times are different. So I don't know if we have Ida Bell. We have Ida Bell. Ida Bell should be there in total eclipse. So let's go and see real quick. I don't know if we have a camera shot, if he's going to talk to us. Madison, tell us, and maybe we can see it. What's going on?
Yes, it is absolutely incredible. The corona is going on. The total eclipse of the Arklatex is here. It's so dark out here. It's so cold. Everyone is cheering and getting so excited. It feels like it's like dusk right now. It is incredible. You can see the stars in the sky as well. The lights, street lights have all came on as well. And we're hearing birds chirping, etc. But the coolest thing is just looking at this without the glasses on, because we are in totality. We can take off our glasses for the next 4 minutes, really. And I mean, if you can hear the excitement in my voice, it's just because I've never seen this before in my life, and I can't stop staring at it. It is so beautiful. It just looks like a ring. Alex was saying, Patrick was saying that I was up here playing Pac-Man. If you're a real gamer, it's like Dark Souls. It's like if you've seen the dark sign out there. But it's very incredible, totally blacked out. You can see the ring of the light coming on over, and it's starting to move just a little bit more. We've been watching this creep in. We've been watching the clouds creep in, watching them break, the sun just sitting there as the moon enters the stage, enters that playing field, and just starts to trek across it. And now the moment is here. It is breathtaking, really. I would say that I'm at a loss for words, but it is my job right now to give you the words, so I'm trying my best. But I wish you could see it right now. If you're in Ida Bell, you are very lucky, and if you're in Shreveport, I hope you're getting a chance to go see that as much as you can. But this is incredible. Truly is clear skies. The clouds have broken. we're just so in awe out here right now. I mean, nothing more to say except that it's absolutely breathtaking. I'll send it back to the studio. For KTVS 3 News, I'm Madison Edwards in Idabel, Oklahoma.
Okay, we are actually looking live. We made reference to it. This is Broken Bow Lake area there in actually southeast Oklahoma, and it's dark there, folks. I mean, that is so cool. And looking at that shot there with it, we're going to go live for you in Texarkana to let you see the corona. This is totality, folks. And guys, too, in just a moment, I don't know if you want to put it on a split box or not. Put my weather graphics in there, and I want you to see the folks crowded down there at State Line Avenue right now, watching this event going on. Totality is underway. The glow is absolutely amazing there for you in the area from Texarkana, and they have their celebration going on there, and the folks are down there gathered down right in front of the courthouse area that you can see it from State Line Avenue. You see folks down there too, and I'm going to try to get a zoom in shot. They are taking pictures right now. They are absolutely enjoying what they are seeing there this afternoon. I'm going to tilt it down that you'll be able to see it also a little bit of a better view for you. And there you are, folks. They are all gathered down there in front of the historic courthouse, State Line Avenue, taking pictures, taking photos there of, and again, you were looking live in Texarkana at what things are looking like there as far as seeing it. We're going to jump all around some places. If you want to get me Shreveport, we want to see Shreveport because Shreveport should be there right around its peak. You can do however you want to show it for us. But again, you're looking at Texarkana with the, as far as the eclipse going on. Oh, there you see the beads there almost popping out. Oh man, that's the diamond ring I told you about. That's that diamond ring there. It didn't last too long. It's actually totality's getting ready to end there in the Texarkana area for us, but you are now able to see that diamond ring, which is so cool with it and that little bit of a glow there. And so that, again, that's what it looks like for you live in Texarkana. So many folks gathered out there, I don't know, hundreds or thousands or whatever it is there in front of the courthouse, checking out this absolutely amazing sight that you have going on. And again, the temperature can drop some outside. The lights can come on. Skip sent me a text message a moment ago telling me the lights on the I-220 bridge came on because of, it thinks that it's twilight now and the lights need to go and end up coming on, and that there just shows you what things are looking like. So folks upstairs, let me know if there's anything else. We want to stay on this. You want to go to Shreveport? Let's get Shreveport. Let's take a look at Shreveport to see what's going on. And I think we've already reached technically our peak in Shreveport for us, and we're looking real quick there. They're adjusting the camera just a little bit there, and I know you guys, did y'all just step out and take a look at it once again? How dark is it out there?
It's pretty dark out there. It's not like what we're seeing in Broken Bow or in Texarkana. But yeah, this is about as close as you're going to get without being that full,
okay.
You know.
We're back to Texarkana once again and letting you see what goes and what things are looking like there in Texarkana. And look, Shreveport is 98.17%. We're really, really close to totality. It may look like we're at totality there with, but like I said earlier, when you get that close, you're going to get dark. Right. You're not going to get that corona ring that pops back out, but you're going to go and get a little bit dark out there, and that is what we are getting right now. But again, this is the Texarkana area. They've already gone past totality there, which is really cool. I'm looking at the tower cam. I'm seeing some birds fly over and stuff right now from down in that area, which is so neat to go and end up seeing. And they're thinking, what's going on here right now for it? And it's like, wait, the sun just went down. Now the sun's going to go back up again? Right. And that's exactly sort of what is going on there with it. But again, you were looking at I mean, you know what? These eclipses happen. Some people wonder why we do them, why we talk about them. Well, it is in a way, it's a historic event there going on for us, okay? An historic event taking place. And I don't know if you guys see back behind you, we have our countdown that goes on. The countdown is now going up there. So anyway, this is Shreveport for you. So we have two different shots for you coming in from Shreveport, but you got that glow there on the horizon for us. And I'm texting friends at the weather service. They're saying if you're in the woods, he said deep woods, 15 degrees cooler. If you were like in the middle of the woods, you're going to feel really cooler out there in the middle of them where you didn't have some of the, as far as direct sunlight there that heats up the ground. But live look for you in Shreveport right now. We are technically in Shreveport, as far as you want to say, our peak in Shreveport was 147.16. So we are now going to start seeing more light gradually come in, and it's going to last until about 3:07 for us. So it's going to be more than an hour from right now, as far as us seeing this, phenomenon going on, which it did not disappoint.
It did not. That was so cool.
It was so cool. We had the clouds around. We had thin clouds. We had the clouds break apart, and we got lucky today with it. And that's what we've been telling everybody about for the past few days. Game time, we're going to watch and see what happens, and we've been very lucky today, and we did manage to go and end up seeing those clouds, thin out enough for us to be able to see some of the stuff today.
And I mean, predicting the weather and the patterns a lot different than actually attempting to predict how clouds are going to be situated.
Right. Sometimes it's easier to say storms than it is saying your cloud cover situation. Technically speaking, if you want to look at it from a textbook perspective, we were mostly cloudy skies today. Most of the area had cloud cover in the sky all over themselves at 60, 70, 80% at times. But we just needed those little scattered breaks in it, and they were thin enough too. You were still able to go and enjoy it and see some of it. But it's pretty cool right now. We're looking back behind us here. We can see some of our cameras. We're getting some daylight back. Once again, I would have paid money to be off today or be live for us there in the middle of a lake fishing or something like that.
Well, I think Madison Edwards has had the best view out of all of us, and Ida Bell. Well, let's check in with him again.
It's pretty incredible, guys. The sun has, the moon is creeping away. I don't know if it's waxing or waning right now, but it looks like a crescent moon all over again. We experienced darkness here, twilight, for about 4 minutes. Seeing that diamond ring, or the corona of the eclipse, was absolutely incredible. People started cheering. People were going crazy, honking their horns, just having a great time. And just getting to experience this once-in-a-lifetime event. The coolest part for me was the moment where we realized we needed to put our glasses back on. It started to bead out with little red lights and then a glaze of purple. And then you could tell totality was ending to put those glasses right back on. But the white diamond ring, the little beads of red and purple were just breathtaking colors that I feel like I just haven't been able to see before in my life. And hopefully I'll get to see sometime in the far future again, because these people around me are starting to head out, they're starting to pack up, but they all traveled here from across the world. I know we've been saying that all day, but it's truly incredible to know that people from Germany, people from California, people from Ireland are coming to our part of the Arklatex to experience this once-in-a-lifetime event and celebrate it with us. And it's really just been a celebration, family fun all day, just people enjoying themselves, playing in the park, enjoying it, relaxing, and getting a chance to see this incredible, incredible moment. I'm going to send it back to you in the studio, live in Ida Bell, Oklahoma. For KTBS 3, I'm Madison Edwards.
All right, Madison, the enthusiasm contagious there in Oklahoma.
Exactly. And another location that experienced totality is Texarkana. That's where our Julie Parr is. Let's check in with her.
Hey, Alex, Brittany. Very exciting time here. I'm also at a loss for words because this is my first time to see a total solar eclipse, but it was a unique experience here in Texarkana. I also enjoyed watching the faces of everybody else being able to witness this also. A lot of people for the first time as well, and one of those people is Samantha Knox. Come on over here with your family and tell us what you thought. What did you think about the solar eclipse?
It was just breathtaking. It was nothing like I've ever experienced before, and just looking, I had tears in my eyes. It was awesome.
I know, and it was
to see it again.
I know, very rare event, and it was also really warm out here earlier. It's kind of cooled down.
Yeah, it's cooler now, and it felt like we were literally outside at night, and then it's day again. It was just awesome. Yeah.
Girls, y'all loved it too?
Yeah, it was really fun. It's like, it's been a long time since I actually experienced one, and it's been like a long time, like I said before, but I've actually got to see it and I remember it now, and it's just really cool.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys got to come out and see it. And of course, I hope you stay a little while because there's going to be music and food trucks and a lot of great time still to come here in downtown Texarkana. We're going to go ahead and send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Julie. And if you have pictures of you celebrating the eclipse and watching it, send them to us at pics@ktbs.com.
Yeah, we'd certainly love to see them. And I hope if you were watching at home, you had as much fun as we did.
It was
a very exciting day.
It was an exciting day. I have a friend of mine at the weather service who was texting me. He says him and his family went up to Texarkana. They said amazing experience. The clouds parted and they were able to see it.
That's awesome. And we've seen a lot of that even here in Shreveport. Great views all afternoon long.
Yeah. So, and real quick here too, everybody, stay tuned for us because we got rid of all this. We have a stormy forecast on the way. A tornado watch has already been issued, just so you know that. And then that's a live look for us once again. Is this the Texarkana area camera we're looking? Shreveport's camera we're still looking at right there. We're jumping all over the place. It looks the same in everywhere, a lot of places we're looking at a time. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Thanks, Patrick.
Okay. And again, thanks to you for hanging out with us. Our coverage of the eclipse continues all throughout the evening, starting right here at 3 o'clock. We're going to take a little hour break. What do you say?
We'll see you at 3.